Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to ZeldaSpeedRuns. We are excited this week to start off the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 6. This is, I think, the third match that we've been able to restream. Tonight is going to be Alaszun versus idunno. And I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to turn it over to our commentators, Star and Mel, and bring it up to the stat page.
That was amazing.
Hi, everyone.
Shiro.
Yeah, thanks, Shiro. How are you doing, Mel?
I'm doing alright, Star. How are you?
Doing alright, mostly, other than assorted klutziness. Looking forward to a good race here between our two runners. As you can see, we have idunno, the 23rd seed, and Alaszun, the 42nd seed here, facing off against each other. Both long-time experienced runners here, as you can see. Alaszun's done 90 total OoTR races, idunno 125, though neither of this truly reflects their experience, because Alaszun has also played in various other randomizers, including LTDPR, and idunno is an accomplished Majora's Mask kind of player as well. Your thoughts, Mel?
Yeah, I am not gonna lie, I'm super excited that I was available to do this match. The other matches were more EU friendly. I'm in, NA time zone, so I'm pumped to be here, helping, kick off the first couple days here, and watching these two runners. They're both very fun to watch and follow in tournaments. You can see from their last tournament matches that they've gone up against some very impressive names. Just great.
Yep. And although this screen shows that this is their first time ever 1v1ing each other, this is not their first time playing each other in a tournament setting. I went and looked up the old stats from the co-op Season 2 tournament. Alaszun's team, Bridge 4, lost to idunno's team, Saving Private Deku Soldier, in semifinals, 0-2. So Alaszun's probably, if I didn't remember, Alaszun is going to be looking for revenge here.
Yeah, and that number in the middle, they have participated in 13 races. Really? Only 13? Interesting. Alaszun technically has the edge, 7-6. idunno as the higher seed. Seeds are so interesting this year because I feel like they don't mean quite as much as we might have put stock in them, last season or the season before. It's just such a strong top 64 and top 128 field that, earlier today we're like, do you call anything an upset?
It's hard to say because there's so many new runners who performed admirably coming up, and so many. There's been surprises both ways. People who did better than expected, and people who got upset, who got pushed down in the standings by those who did better than expected. It's gone both ways, and this should be interesting to see because both the Challenge Cup and the Top 64 are very competitive this year. So, looking forward to some good matches because the Co-op Challenge Cup is also very competitive as well. Plenty of former there are in fact quite a few of the people who played in the Season 5 Top 64 who have found themselves in the Challenge Cup this year. As they are going, Shadow, Deku, Fire, DC, Water.
I would not personally be super excited about that layout, but...
Vigoron is dead, Water Temple, Boss Key Chest is something, Storms and Burning Cack, and OT is Requiem.
Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, Spirit's a stone, so it doesn't matter. Oh wait, no.
Until it does.
Until it does.
Yeah.
Alright, and yes, I see someone asking questions. Please, by all means, if you have questions, let us know. If you hear us saying an acronym, for example, that you're not familiar with, maybe you're questioning some of the techniques runners are using, let us know. We'll try our best to answer.
Yeah, and for those who are wondering why we have no screen on the side of Alaszun, we'll see this in a few minutes when idunno pauses, but Alaszun's got a storm going on at his place, and he lost power about a minute into the race 20 minutes ago with the delay, so we likely won't be seeing any feed from him for at least another 20-odd minutes, perhaps a little more than that. I think it's going to be close to 25. I'm not 100% sure when he restarted his stream with delay, but the power out not only killed his progress of a minute, it also killed his stream with delay, so it has to catch up again. Let's see. Chickens is dead.
Dang it.
Alright. And that's a slingshot in the back of Cack.
Okay. Well, I mean, we logically need that. Yes. Idunno is gonna pause. Like Star mentioned, there is a 20-minute delay here. That's how we know what's gonna happen in the future. Oh, alright. Lights in the windmill. No light arrow hunt today. Very nice jump up there.
Yep. Always handy to have. And that is Binya in the windmill. Excellent. Nice to have. No need to worry about 4 simple X's logic today, which is good. Forest and Spirit being two of our stones. Jabu being the third.
Yeah, Minuet is always nice early. I like it because, oh, hovers. Let's go.
Nice to have.
No, Tonio. Alaszun lost power, and so we are waiting for his stream delay to catch up. So it'll probably be about 20 minutes yet before we see anything from Alaszun, but idunno will be playing on the side.
Yep, and hola, hi Vela, bienvenidos. Flavor Mexican, if memory serves anyhow. Another one of our runners from this season. Vela is in the Challenge Cup. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. We are 3 minutes in. There's nothing in the graveyard crate, and a storm happened. Is what happened to Alaszun, basically.
Yeah. Impacao is in logic. You are totally able to just jump up there like we saw idunno do. And I thought the old prediction got closed. Martin, welcome in. Hey, Mr. Martin there, one of our top 64 runners.
Yep.
It is also in logic to jump over there with the chicken. But we didn't see that, Jax.
Nope, because nobody does that in the Season 6 settings, really, as usually you just loop it in with Adult Cack. You'll see it once in a while in races, but it is fairly rare.
Mm-hmm.
You can also use a DMT out, yes. And Dumpy giving us 8 heart piece and a blue pea.
$5. Wow. Alright. So, hovers are nice, but this is kind of a slow start.
Okay, Alaszun is back. Wasn't sure how long he would actually be down for, because technical issues usually tend to result in funky stuff, but he's back, and idunno has now paused. We'll have about a 5-minute, pause while,
Yeah. So,
due to, in the back end of things, 20 minutes ago, we sorted out the FPA call. Yeah. Making sure, okay, Alaszun's back. He's going to go catch up on progress. We'll see what he did for the first minute of the seed, basically, here.
We don't have FPA in chat. FPA is the is it just play, not player? Fair play agreement that runners agree to. So if there's something outside of their control, they have up to 15 minutes to recoup any lost save data. This does not cover some known crashes in the game. It doesn't cover if you need to run away. I know sometimes people end up getting mail packages delivered during races, and you just kind of have to eat that time loss.
Yeah, that does not count. A fire alarm going off does. We have had
Yeah.
that before. An actual genuine alert or emergency, if you have a fire alarm or tornado siren or whatever, yes, please go do that. Do not risk your life for the sake of rando.
Oh, Hollow Knight. Love that. That is a cute model. So this is new. The custom models, they have to be using the same base skeleton, I believe, is how they determine if it's race legal or not.
That is correct, because a different skeleton can mess with height and with width and just general collision
Yep.
and positioning of even like where you hold your weapon relative to yourself and what all that stuff can be different with skeletons. So it does. Some sprites can models can look a little odd because of the skeleton, but hey, it's at least we can have it, and it is a pretty neat sprite here. This is my first time seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have not seen this one yet, but this is probably a month or two old. I haven't had this very long.
Yeah. Yeah, though Alaszun does not have clean audio, unfortunately, so we will not be able to listen to his audio.
Yeah, so we will see Alaszun do. Oh, there is nothing more disheartening to me than messing up the jump to Man on Roof.
Oh, that feels bad. Okay, looks like Alaszun's caught up to where he was when he had the power out, so we are going to have about 2 minutes here while we verify that he's caught up and do some do some back end catch up things, and then we'll be going again in about 2 minutes. For them both.
Yay.
Right. So
I
how?
will not be singing.
No. I think you guys will probably both thank me for not singing here. Do you want to talk about what we found so far while we wait on that?
Yeah, so we found a slingshot in this grotto that Alaszun is about to go in. This is kind of interesting. Technically, it's logically required because Deku is a medallion and the game requires it for Goma access. We found light arrows, so no light arrow hunt today. Kind of nice because it means once you hit all of your Go mode items, you're actually in Go. There's no playing for a hint. Minuet, really great. We don't have to. We started with Sarias, so we don't have to deal with logical forest access or anything like that shenanigans. But it's
Also
really nice. Yeah, it's a really nice warp because both child and adult can use it. And then we found hovers, which also has some interesting potential logical implications, as well as, we find a bomb bag, scale, and letter, we might just break into domain as adult. We can do a lot of fun things with hovers, and getting them early before you've done any dungeons, real nice.
Very nice indeed. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this goes. Our medallion layout's not terrible today. Deku's nice, DC is usually nice. Fire can be nice depending on things you already have hovers for Shadow. Forest being a stud's a little bit of a bummer, because you pretty much always get the stuff to clear Forest relatively early in the seed.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It was the first adult dungeon that you did in the vanilla game, so of course you're gonna have those items going into all the others. And yes, as Shiro is explaining, everyone was paused because one of our players had a power outage, but we are going again.
Yep. Minuet for idunno, and here's the slingshot for Alaszun. We're getting a bonus song here off Minuet.
First.
Always nice to have. We're getting places, and that is going to be an immediate save quit, I assume idunno having found. Not much of anything in the way of immediate progression, frankly, as adult is going to go child here.
Yeah, I think that's the right play.
There's no strength, there's no explosives, there's no... I mean, lights you'll need eventually, hovers you'll need eventually, but there's really nothing you can do with them right now, is the problem.
Yeah, it's been a really, dry opening as far as immediately useful items. The slingshot does give us another check as child. Saria's gives us a lot of checks. I mean, a lot. One.
I mean, it can be logically relevant to other things too. Just thinking particularly of, well, it can be nice for killing Keys and whatnot. But I just remembered Requiem was on OT, so we're not seeing Child Spirit anytime fast, so not that.
Yep.
Requiem on the Ocarina of Time behind Spirit Temple is always a bit concerning, as it's not required until it is, because sure it's locked behind Spirit Temple, but because it's locked behind Spirit Temple, there are no keys on that side. There are guaranteed to be 3 items hard locked behind Requiem.
Yep.
2 in Child Spirit and 1 on the Arch. We had that yesterday in the first ever brackets match. 3 items behind Requiem, which wasn't on AD, but, which wasn't behind Spirit Temple. Correction, it wasn't AD, but not behind Spirit Temple.
But
3 major items, I should add. None of them required. Was quite interesting to see yesterday. Will we have something similar today or not? We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really.
That's all friends.
Okay, so that plus Eponas and Hovers really makes me think we need whatever song is across the wasteland, and I would not be too surprised to find magic real quick here.
Oh, for sure. Especially as we do know, as previously mentioned, that Colossus Access has to show up sometime just because Requiem's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So it showing up this early is more concerning.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to have to cross the wasteland, 15 minutes in logic, 15 minutes in the scene.
Yeah, but if it's Lullaby out there, I mean, it's ended. I feel like Lullaby has been out at Colossus so many times in S6 settings, and I don't know. I'm gonna say that a lot. I kind of want to call idunno Matt just because I'm gonna say idunno so much.
Idunno is also known as Matt, yes. No, I think I'll usually prefer to call him idunno just to avoid confusion.
Yeah.
It is he/him pronouns from, if I remember correctly, from runner surveys. But yeah, we'll have a fun time with that. As he heads for ranch, Alassun's finishing Dompe race here.
Could do an unofficial prediction. How many times am I gonna say idunno referring to the runner versus what I don't know about the seat?
And that's just pretty much typical with a runner called. I think what we call him is that things get a little funny.
Just a troll.
It is M-A-T-T, the regular spelling of the name is how that is. Oh, hey, second slingshot off Talon's chickens. Okay.
Alright, slingshots are trash. Come on. Actually, I like slingshots.
As the hints for Alaszun, Lost Woods is path to Bongo. Well, we might want those slingshots for it.
Yep.
Gonna get the other 2 hints as child, but that makes sense to get that one as a low because you're right there, and it can save you time to know it.
And we got a horse there.
Song of Time. Well, that's not exceptionally helpful as songs go.
That's amazing, Axel. Thank you. Yeah, where is
Here's This Isn't Baseball when you need her. Well, she is currently not here, though she was around yesterday as yesterday's race monitor. Through the runners yesterday, a real curveball. Anyway, here's Child for Alaszun.
So cute!
That is very cute indeed. Aww. So we've got Feroz Wind here in the silo, always nice to pick up.
Yeah, again, especially early, and like I said, if we do find magic pretty early here, like I'm expecting us to, amazing.
Yep. Alright, let's see where Child Spawn is.
I hope it's vanilla, just to screw with us.
That would be interesting. I mean, it doesn't have... As you see... Nope!
Oh, okay.
Cack from DMT, and
Oh.
so this is an immediate prelude from idunno. We know Chickens is dead. There's
I
no storms to
know.
well, so there's no point
Mad
sticking
about it.
CL and
Hey.
Sarius. There we go.
Well, that cannot be our SFM path, but we do need it for Bongo.
We don't have an SF10 path, do we?
No, it was Lost Woods in SFM. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yep. There's Lens for Alaszun, and that's an immediate resave quit from idunno here, who plays on VC, so it's a little slow, but is going to go chase that song immediately.
Yep. I mean, makes sense. Gives you another song, another item.
Yeah.
You want a warp song at this point, whether it's Prelude
really
or Serenade.
Because with the mini-vet on with the only song being warp song being mini, you'd like something else a bit more helpful.
Yep, absolutely.
You also know you're not getting storms anytime soon because that's on Burning Cack. So.
And Hyper coming in with the raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome in, Hyper. Another run of our runners who's from the Challenge Cup this season. Hyper is our lone Australian over there.
So it's like 5 p.m.
Well, it's 10.
Tomorrow?
It's like no, that's like 9 a.m. for him, I think. I believe it was. I think last I checked, it was a 16-hour difference. I want to say from the U.S. East Coast. My math isn't apparently bad. Almost 2 p.m. here, so my math is terrible, and never mind that.
We like split the difference on those guesses.
Apparently, it was a terrible seed.
All right, what song are we getting? I have seen
Hyper. This seed's mostly okay. It's been a little bit of a slow start, but nothing too wonky as of yet. As we pick up Sunsong Vanilla. That is all 6 non-warp songs known already at 18 minutes. Okay.
Frogs 2? Frogs 2?
No, Sunsong Burning Cack. I thought about that too, and I was looking at the sheet over there. I was like, no, if we're not getting storms fast, that's kind of Deku and Fire.
Yes, but what if it's Dins?
I don't know, as we see just a bloopy for idunno.
That's good. That's good. Alright,
Immediate Sunsong Grave check here, or trying to. You need to play Suns, idunno.
That kid cares so much more about these graves than Dampe ever has.
Oh my goodness, it's hilarious.
So one of the interesting things about Sunsong early is you kind of see some movement manipulation using it. So you saw how when, I don't know, Suns, he went back to the last entrance. A lot of runners end up saving time, especially in Lost Woods, with that.
Yep, nothing on Sunsong Grave though. It's still nice to have, but that is not immediate progression. Nothing is immediate progression right now, besides maybe those slingshots. Considering we've gotten a grand sum of nada right about now in terms of things that we can actually use.
This is a Valley Lake time to me for sure.
I didn't know it was absolutely going to go clear Lost Woods Kokiri, and then if they find nothing, it's probably like, I do seriously wonder if the Kokiri Sword's not just going to be here in Lost Woods Kokiri somewhere, because we've got to find something sometime, right?
Right? There are items somewhere in this seed.
Like, we have nothing right now. As you see a hint that there's the other Water Boss key copy, that's not helpful. And 50's dead. Okay, at least it's not a skull seed for 50. I was just thinking that Sunsong could be nice for skulls because we didn't have any skulls hints at the time when he saw Sunsong Grave. Words are hard.
That's true, Jax.
It could be Tower Fortress. That is in logic with hover boots and Epona.
Yeah, I feel like every time we do comms together, Star, something ends up on like Stelphos and GTG. And it's the last thing they do.
It's one of those things that you don't want to go to without being able to do more things in GTG.
Mm-hmm.
But they can go there without being able to do anything else and cheat.
But they can. They sure
Logically,
can.
at least, they can go cheese it with with a hookshot-less strat, so it still sucks. Hammer chest is dead, or a small key. There's a distinction, and that is a blue key. Our hints kinda suck. Right now, that's also not path, and neither is that blue key off the Skull Kid.
No. Water Temple to... Oh, what? Did I just read Water Temple Path to King Dodongo?
That might have been.
No. Hey, free shield. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was Water to King Dodongo there in Kokiri. Well, that's fun. Mirror Shield in Maeda's house is not something you want to see. At least it's a free shield, but not the most helpful.
So yeah. King Dodongo is very like open and closed. Something in water locks your bombs or is your bombs.
And now the interesting thing is there's
a bomb lock check there.
There's at least one bomb like check there as is this nope, that's a wall. I would have left that was a vanilla sword because I was wondering if that sword would be in here someplace.
Nah, I think idunno skipped the Ocarina minigame.
He's gonna go back and do it with the sling check, yeah. Yeah, that also means that the other bombs must be bomb. Well, either the only available bomb bags in Water Temple or whatever's in Water Temple locks all bomb bags.
Yeah, gross.
That's just gross because
Yeah.
we have no iron boots. We don't have any hook shots. We don't have a bow. We don't have a magic bow or fire sources. We can do any water has fairly high logical requirements. It's not an appealing idea to go there without. You have that be Path to King Dodongo, considering bombs are normally one of the earliest items you get in a seed. Not so much today, it seems. Or is he? Or because I mean, as presumed, it's likely we'll get the items for Water Temple relatively early,
which is
but
nice.
There's also no guarantees.
they're nice items, but I would be so unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, it's true that Longshot could be bomb locked, but first hookshot and iron boots must be available, and possibly other stuff besides. As there's a hookshot, why am I unsurprised? That's finally progression of some type.
Yep. Yes, idunno did.
Yep. It does need to be marked on the tracker, which is a point for chat.
So, hookshot is required for Bongo. Yeah, that... Where are we going? Where are we going, idunno? Are we Valley Laking it? Yep. At minimum, laking it.
I mean, you still want to clear this out. Even by itself, hookshot doesn't do an exceptional amount of stuff as it all, especially if you know your bomb bag is, dumb.
Yeah, I mean, so, having a hookshot, having Minuet, having Song of Time, you actually have quite a bit of access in Forest.
It is a fair few things, but you probably still like, a bow or a strength or something.
But you would much rather have one of the other two items, yeah.
Just because you can doesn't mean it's a fun idea. And also, hookshot does unlock at the lake checks, which you might want to round in soonish, depending on where iron boots turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly's on the other side of safe pointing out of here, so he's not going to go lake immediately. He is off to back to cat. And Composer Grave is dead. Gee, thanks. Really?
After we already saw it, but sure. Ooh, a stick. Yeah, I mean, using the wallet, having a wallet gives you the required 200 rupees to go buy shoes from the carpet salesperson in the wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, you can do some things, but it's also a bit of a detour to the wasteland right now for not a ton. Like, you can go, there's limited stuff to do in the GTG area. We don't have bow for HBA. Looks like it does unlock a bit more in GTG, but still kind of, I guess a song at Colossus would get you a warp song at this point.
Yeah.
There has some value, but it's a little tricky to see. I think I'd like to see what idunno picks up in this Valley Lake trip before we discuss too much next steps.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with what Jax is saying. If you're routing in some GTG checks and crossing for a song anyway, like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to pick up Choose while you're out there.
Yeah, but it is a bit of a detour at the moment, though we have kind of... Our options are not ideal to begin with right now, either.
Yeah. But I agree with what you said. I mean, see what you get from this Valley Lake loop. Oh no!
Don't lose the chicken!
Saved it. Greg! Greg is the single green rupee in the item pool that you just saw there.
Yeah. Neil in chat saying they'd rather just accept bombs are late and they have to get iron boots anyway. He's probably enforcing early chooses to help there much. I mean, it's a tough choice, frankly, because on the one hand, bombs are late, so maybe don't break logic too much. But on the other hand, bombs are late, so you might want to get out of logic just to avoid having to come back later for things. It's
yeah, I didn't see what was in here.
Hey,
okay, now go GTG for sure.
Yeah, I think we go GTG here. One more reason to not go Force I didn't mention earlier, it's a stone. Actually, to note as well.
Alright, what is our hint here? Valley Path? Valley Path?
Nope,
30 dead.
Alright, just missing a 40 hit now for the skulls. Missing 3 paths of frogs, 2 skull mask, and 3 sometimes. Yeah, I know I understandably skipped a single green rupee in the crate because you don't want to risk losing a chicken just for that.
Yeah, no. I have every confidence that idunno would be able to do the recoil, but...
It's not worth it.
It's not worth. The memes are not worth. Can't believe I just said that, but...
I mean, it's true. Every second counts. We've had races. We had the race in season 5 decided by less than a second, I believe.
Yep. Frames.
Yep. And you do not want to waste any time. These guys are both very good runners.
Just a regular
They have a 7-6 record to Alaszun, technically in races that they've both been in together. And I think that actually counts both of their co-op tourney matches against each other with their partners, where idunno actually took both of those, and his partners took both of those, so Alaszun may be looking for a bit of revenge if he recalls their previous history there. We'll see. Yeah, there was one, Riley. I want to say it was one of Scarlet's matches last season, but I've actually somewhat forgotten somehow that really close match. And yes, Burning Cactus Sign of Storm, so we are not getting that anytime soon.
Yeah, I just remember chat popping off because we're like, God, if one of them misses the final, like, hit...
Blow on Ganon, yeah. I mean, within a second could be almost anything. I do not envy... VXR saying maybe Exodus versus
VXR.
Maybe,
I do think it was... Yeah. Alright, what's Dompe got? Still nothing.
Just a Blippi.
Where?
Yeah.
Man, everything is behind that hookshot and bow, apparently.
I guess, because those are the only real items of progression we found in this seed.
Yeah, which, I mean, combined with a horse, a lot. That's a lot. GTG, Fortress, there's a lot available to us.
Someone in chat said that they thought there was a strength on top of DC. That would be interesting.
Oh.
Makes Forest Temple full clearable, which is a bit concerning.
Yeah.
Okay, chat confirms. Strength on DC. Well.
Oh.
Alaszun has seen it. I don't think idunno has. That could be an interesting divergence in information, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume idunno does at least a little bit of additional song hunting here. Bolero's available.
It's tough to say, honestly, with where they've got and where they're going.
But yeah, having that hookshot and that bow, I would TG. I don't even know if idunno would go Lake at this point.
I don't either. I think you go Lake. I think you at least try to do GTG area or Forest, whichever one of your choice, before and hoping for Iron Boots before you hit Lake.
Yep.
Because you know Lake has value, but you need Iron Boots to get at least some of that value right now.
Yeah. The bloopy was actually arrows.
Yep. Alaszun is heading straight to market, so we'll not be getting that bow yet, which is going to be interesting.
Yep. Which, I mean, luckily for Alaszun, the bow is in the waterfall. You can get that with hovers really easy. You can get it without hovers still, but...
Yeah. The ledge chest is much trickery. There is a strat to get it with hovers, so I don't remember what other items might be needed for it. It's also quite a very precise strat.
Yeah. Farming some money here on these chains. Nice.
Yeah. Also, as we get the 32-minute half-hour mark here, give our runners a follow, Alaszun and idunno. Also, thank you so much to my code Melky, and to our two trackers, ADM and Triforce Explorer, and to Shiro, our restreamer.
Hey, thanks, Star. And thank you, chat, for being here with us. Once again, day 2 of the Season 6 Ocarina of Time Standard Tournament.
Ooh, Alaszun is picking up the Skull Mask, rushing it without the hit delay, perhaps?
Interesting.
That is an interesting play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the spawn and having Minuet, it kind of makes sense to be doing this, but pretty ballsy, I'd say.
Yeah.
And yes, we do not have any foolish hints in these settings.
Nope, they got replaced by a Burning Cat Galvation and 2 additional sometimes hints in Season 6 settings.
Yep. The other major change as far as hints, they removed all Song Sometimes hints except the final song in Ice.
Yep. Both farming some rupees here. Yeah, likely farming for 200. Probably thinking about those shoes as previously discussed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough for idunno. Alaszun's gonna have to go for another couple trips here. Gonna get Richard. Sadly, still no magic meter unless Richard gives it to us.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lens game, sadly no bombs for bowling or the Hyrule Castle Fairy.
Yeah. I mean, we have access to, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... like 10? Maybe 12 checks. We have Song of Time, so... There's a lot available in Fortress TG right now.
Yeah, there's a Fortress Roof, HBA makes 3, GTG Lobby is 5, Stelphos is 6, Stelphos is 6, Wolfos is 7, Ice Statue and Pier Chest is 9, Enemy's Chest is 10, the Hammerlock Chest is now in Logic because it's Hammerlocked, Umosad Logic, Hidden Ceiling Chest is guaranteed in Logic because we've got enough checks available. There must be a key somewhere in there. That's at least 11 checks. Probably 12 in the maze. Likely the second chest also in with keys.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's so many checks in Logic and GTG. There's guaranteed at least 1 key, probably 2 in there.
Yeah, yep.
I think there's guaranteed at least... only 3 keys are left side.
Yeah, and all of right
so
side,
it gets a little tricky with things, but there's quite a lot accessible in any case. Right side's in Logic with Hookshot and Song of Time to go the long way around.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Minuet for idunno is going to take a peek in Forest Temple.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's unfortunate that he doesn't know about that strength that was on top of DC, but
honestly, pros and cons really there, because it could mean that he doesn't do the rest of Forest for absolutely nothing. We'll see. Because Alaszun's actually also making the same place on strength.
Yeah. Out
Both the
that
runners
belt.
basically synced heading to Forest as adult here with about the same amount of items, without a bow on Alason's side being the only real difference right now. And that's a
Magic
big
or
chest.
irons? Magic or irons?
Neither of
Bottle.
those things. That's a bottle. Okay. I'm a smidge concerned about 40 skulls now, and
Uh-huh. Yo, Sam. Welcome in.
Sam. Hey Goomba, welcome in.
Uh,
We are 36 minutes into the timer, and we're in Stone Forest without strength and without a bow for Alaszun. And we're looking for stuff.
well, yeah, we have
Also,
stuff.
yes, Water Pebble is path to DC. It's great.
We have stuff. We're just not sure what to do with the stuff.
No, is the problem. They're both trying to find out. I think they're both putting off GTG in hopes of finding, a strength or explosives or something.
Yeah. Yep, and double forest, double stone forest even.
Double Stone
welcome-
Forest that they can't full clear for better or for worse.
Welcome to Rando.
Welcome to Rando.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. If this were like an actual fashion contest, Alaszun takes. I love these models. I love the mirror shield. I can't get over it.
Mm-hmm. Even
Well,
Ida knows is pretty nice. I love this light blue tunic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know
And
who has a really
the
nice
mirror shield
tunic?
color isn't quite vanilla either. I believe that's purple.
Yeah.
It looks very similar from a distance, but that is a reddish purple, which I quite like for Ida now as well. I say I know absolutely nothing about Hollow Knight, so I'm not going to make any comments on the specifics about that model because I know I would get it wrong immediately.
Yeah, I know nothing about how this model should look. All I know is that the child version was adorable, and I'm not over it yet.
Absolutely.
Alright, so. Interesting.
Different
Nothing.
routes here through forest because
Yeah.
Alaszun has no choosing to use the hoverboard strap from the main room.
Mhm.
So he does have access to courtyards by way of Song of Time, choosing to go the other way around as Idunno heads this way.
Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, Schulzer, you know this. Or. Oh, you're telling Goomba. That's of note, I guess. Alaszun
Becky
did
says,
buy a
I feel
Hylian
not-
shield.
I also know, by the way, not doing the hover strap like Alaszun to skip the Four Master chest, which won't matter because it's just a biggie. Cobblestone Forest was a complete and total loss.
So far.
Alason's not going to be able to get any more checks out of Strength Upgrade.
Yes, but so far.
That's true.
We will be back here, chat. Mark my words.
Yeah, we'll probably be back, honestly. I do wonder, what is our next progression item, honestly?
I still think it's magic.
Magic
have
for
a-
Recent Crossing, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, gosh, what even could be out there? In
Nocturne would be
GTP?
interesting, potentially. Eventually, I mean, all we have left are warp songs, and we know Requiem's on all dungeons, so there's
Yeah.
varying value behind the possible warp songs right now. We're gonna see a fun strat here from Idunno, if he can get it.
There. Higher!
There we go. This is, by the
Nice.
way, not technically a clip. That is Funky Collision, because OOT is a well-coded video game.
Yay, collision!
Yep.
Alright, I don't know, gonna be seeing and picking up that oh, no, just going right back in to reset the,
Resetting the cycle and link the Goron, I think,
Yep.
as well as the scroll.
Yep. Oh no!
That
The
did
skull
not work.
doesn't want to be picked up.
Apparently not. There's
There
link the
we go.
Goron.
This is so weird. You have to stand pretty close to this? Yeah.
That is 11 skulls. Oops, falling down.
Shoot.
11 skulls for idunno, so I can go check 11 skulls soon, as Alaszun is done with Forest Temple and will also probably head to Goron City the same way that idunno did.
Yeah.
And Link the Goron gives us a Hylian shield they don't need.
Oh
Yay.
no! Wait,
Alaszun,
Alaszun,
Alaszun proving me wrong, he's safe quitting.
safe quitting.
Alright.
I mean, Big Pose is available. Oh, Big Pose is not available for Alaszun yet. But Big Pose is available.
Yeah, Big Pose is available for us, but he doesn't have a bow for it.
Yep.
It is technically possible to kill a Big Poe without a bow, but it's a fairly silly strat. That involves quite literally running it over with a Pona.
Yes. I would love to watch a Pona run over a Poe right now. That would make me so happy.
Well, there's Nocturne in the crater.
Alright.
So yeah, usefulness of the song at Colossus, limited.
Yep.
The actual strat for Bowless Pose is a little bit more complicated than just run it over with a Pona, but that's the simple explanation.
Run it over with a Pona is just a very satisfying explanation, too.
It is.
For the record, I have also never killed a Big Poe with a Pona.
Neither have I.
It's only you, Goomba.
I did it once. Goomba who did it once apparently because Big Poe didn't hit his strength. Fair enough.
Fair. I'm guessing this is 10 for Alaszun. Oh, 11.
Nice hookshot extension through the rock there for 12 skulls for idunno. Also wonky collision because OT and there's a strength.
Yep.
10 skulls is a bloopy. Womp womp.
Yeah. And alright, idunno is gonna go clear what he can of DC. That is up to the vanilla bomb egg.
Yep, because he does have a bow to go blow up the stairs, as well as the strength damage. We actually did have an interesting case of...
we just got the strength.
No, never mind. I was thinking of a different item, because we did have just a couple of days ago in the OoTR Discord, someone turned up looking being very confused as to why Denspire was Wave the Hero. Was Wave the Hero to get a vanilla bomb bag in DC. And that's because they had a hammer and they had Dins to clear DC. No strengths. And no bomb bag, of course, as we see Goron is still dead. Because, you know, to be able to get to the top floor of vanilla DC, you need to be able to move that staircase. Which, in default logic, requires strength, bomb bag, or Dins. You can also do it with a bow, but that's not in default logic.
Yeah, Schulzer. I mean, obviously, runners are still finding things.
They're trying to avoid GTG until they've got more stuff to go over there. Like,
yeah.
Strength 2 would be really nice for them right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Strength 2, yes. It's 4 checks, which could all be keys. We don't know. But other than that, it's just the BMOS that they can't do. And toilet,
Yeah,
obviously.
BMOS and toilet, yeah.
Big chest
Is
here.
a big chest. Nice boomerang. Speaking of our 40 skulls that we don't have a hit for.
Speaking of AD items.
Yeah, that too, because Strength 2 doesn't just unlock former checks in GTG, it gives us Adult Spirit to do. And we know that Spirit Temple cannot be child locked because Spirit Temple blocks child side.
Okay.
It does, however, because that placement of Requiem, there's a very good chance Spirit is fire locked due to its key logic.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed, but it's a good chance of it.
Yeah. And we still only have 2 paths.
We still only have 2 paths, one of which we 100% can't access because we have no skills and no irons to go to Water Temple. And it's more difficult at the King of Dongo, of all things.
I hate all this. Alright, give us choose in here. Just let us finish a dungeon, please.
Nope, apparently.
They're not gonna... Oh? opening just
Apparently
in
there's
case.
a big chest on the bridge chest, on the bridge.
Yeah. Oh.
No, they
too
can't
bad.
get that. Though I swear if that's Iron Boots and you need a hammer to get there, that will be for fun.
I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, Lost Woods, hookshot, yeah, good, but we still have 2 bomb and or hammer locked checks in there. Ugh.
We need
Alright.
some explosive eventually in Logic
We
game.
need something.
We're kind of at a loss for a obvious progression right now, really.
I mean,
Now, one important check here for I know that Alaszun cannot do because of no bow is the adult shooting gallery. I'm really curious to see what this is.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. This is nightmare logic. First bomb bag or something locking first bomb bag being in a water temple, that's pretty bad.
It's bad. It's also rare because of Water Temple's high item requirements and how much bombs lock in the seed.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh no! Alaszun, no!
No! Alaszun just got knocked all the way off. Nice neighbors they really don't need. Oh, an insult to injury, Alaszun just died on the lava.
Yep. F's in chat.
Ouch.
those
That's
of you-
ouch.
Who constantly ignore Navi while in Dodongo's cavern, she does warn you that the lava is hot.
Yeah, that's not a death you see often. It feels bad, man.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And now has to go back around. Woof.
The stair again?
It's just
Okay,
how
we're
sometimes
safe,
the
we're
game
safe.
just doesn't want to let you, just doesn't want to cooperate, I suppose.
Yeah,
And, well,
the
that's a
25-year-old.
time loss, especially as Alaszun also proceeds to have trouble with the stairs. Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this
There
is
we go.
kind of similar to what happened on the bridge, just a little off in the alignment and throws everything off.
Yep.
Muscle memory doesn't work if the initial setup isn't right.
No. Alright. Interesting choice I didn't know here is Admiral River, which isn't logic fully with hover boots, and there's 3 extra hints
Mhm.
here, which is... We'll see about what's in here, and,
Yeah, that's a good point. All of this has been in logic since they picked up those hovers. It's a little surprising neither of them came here before going child.
maybe they're hoping to go around beans or something with it. That's child,
Oh,
but or maybe domain. Unfortunately, nobody nope all around. Did Alaszun just fall down again, by the way?
Yeah.
Alaszun, no.
So,
Yeah.
one thing that it's a little early to talk about, but you know what? Alaszun did have a crash almost immediately. Frog's 2 dead?
Okay, that's good to know. And more junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alaszun lost power at the beginning and had to, didn't have a whole lot of time that he had to make up. But something like that can really tilt you. And I'm hoping he's able to shake this off and finish.
Yeah, because this isn't his best of times.
But
And
hey,
Ice Arrows in the Upper River is about as useless as the rest of this place.
yeah, that's pretty useless.
Wallace's right hand is dead. Okay, that's exceptionally unhelpful. They would like to not go Adult Spirit anytime fast.
Yep. Where are the keys in Spirit? Is this accidentally like small keysy?
No, I mean, no.
Right
it's
hand's
fire-locked
dead,
is
child's dead.
It's probably fire locked. There has to be 3 keys available between the 2 on Adult's side and...
Yeah. That's good to know,
Child's
Goomba.
line.
I have every faith in Alaszun.
Actually, it's almost yeah, Spirit's almost certainly fire locked with our set of items and hints.
Of course.
Hey, Coherent. Well, my power flashing kind of killed the fantasy that I was doing, so how are we doing over here? Well, speaking... ironic you talk about power surges, considering Alaszun had one minute into the race, literally. So, yeah, it was a very minor time loss of 1 minute. Well, it was a way to start things, I still see that.
Yep.
We've so far got a decent collection of items, but no obvious progression. Water's Path to King Dodongo, which, we can't get to without Iron Boots or Gold Scale.
Nice.
No, Incoherent lives not far from Alaszun, apparently. That might explain why they both had power-outs.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know, thinking about going to Lake initially there, and has now said, what am I doing? Why am I not in GTG, by the looks of it?
Yeah, let's go GTG and see if I can't find a pair of Iron Boots first. Or even 2 scales, you'll take that in this situation. Alaszun's gonna go peek the Grand City Mace here, which Edna skipped. We can't get these checks. There's no way of it getting there. No hammer, no strengths, no choose. And I think that's all small. Okay.
Yeah,
It is
couldn't quite
something.
tell. The center one kind of looked like a big chest, but I wouldn't. Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote me either. I'm never certain on those.
That's a big chest.
It's a big chest in the hammer rocks. Well, we'll need to go back later for that.
So hammer's definitely in water, right? That's what unlocks our bombs.
That's really quite possible. I mean, there's got to be something. Iron Boots a double skill lock on the diving minigame? That would be miserable.
Yeah. The one assurance we have is that the items are somewhere in the game.
They have to be. There
That's
is
how it
logic
works.
built into this randomizer, and it is not broken. But figuring out what the logic is can take quite a while. The bow is in the Gerudo Valley crate.
What?
Not crate, waterfall. Thank you. Oops.
Yeah.
And Alaszun is going to peek the wall. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that technically they could take a look in Player Temple. There is at least one chest available.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not
Possibly
to
two.
do so, understandably, but it is an option. Here's a Gerudo card for idunno.
Yeah, I'm curious. He needs 10 more bucks to go buy shoes.
There's
Okay,
a
gonna do
card
Fortress
to go
first.
check.
Yeah, just gonna do Fortress. Fortress first, by the look of it.
I know Alaszun's gonna save Quinn, probably head over here as well. I do hope Alaszun checks the valley before GTG, so the tough thing for him is he has no way to Death Ward back up.
You just jump down and let the Octoroks kill you. It's
That's
fine.
true. Gonna be a little slow though, but not too bad.
It's
And
only
nope,
3
changing his mind,
hearts.
he's back to Forest. Okay. Or at least I think that's the top play to Forest Temple.
Yeah, probably.
Or
Oh,
no. Okay,
Oh.
where is he going? It's really wrong again.
I don't know how to
I'm actually getting a little close on HPA here. Was a little too carefree with his first 2 shots on the bow.
There's pots. It's fine.
Alright, let's see what's on HPA as Alaszun heads wherever he's going. Bloopy, and...
More trash? More trash.
More trash. Where's our
Hmm.
progression?
I think it's gonna be on Stelvos and GTG.
You know, guys, the other thing I thought of... oh, no. Yeah, Stelvos and GTG, there's a handful of other checks available. There's like a Fortress for if Alaszun's get farming more money, okay. I mean, there's gotta be something somewhere. It could be Deep Forest. Phantom Gaming could be fun again.
I mean, we counted it out. There could be up to like 20 checks available, or like 20 items in. Well, not 20, but
Like, it's like 15 total, the area possible, something
Yeah.
around there.
like
Depending on
that's
seas.
not insignificant.
No, it is not.
Alright, what you got, Rooftop? Irons?
It is big
Hammer?
chest. That's
Magic.
well, there's the logical
Hey.
wasteland crossing for what that's worth. And
Found it!
at least they can set for roars wherever they want now, that's a plus.
Yeah. That's really nice. Especially for idunno, who can now set furores in here, go cross, pick up the choose, get the song, rather than making the decision one way or another.
Mm-hmm. One key in GTG's lobby there, I think. Two, I wasn't quite paying attention. There's another key on the right side. I can't tell left side at all.
I think he can. I didn't see anything big, so I don't know that there's anything
Really
exciting there.
I'm partly crashing keys just to see how many items are remaining, because we can't quite get everything. Okay, now Alassun's going to GTG.
But yeah, hopefully he remembers to, like, peek the waterfall.
I hope so, yeah, because not having the bow would just be a major efficiency loss, potentially a serious loss, depending if there's anything on the back bow lock checks.
It is a
Zelda
small
has another
key.
key. I know he's picking up keys, so presumably saw something further in the maze that he wants to get eventually.
Nice recoil.
And Alaszun here is riding straight for the fortress. Well, goodbye to that bow.
Bye, bow. I mean,
Especially
the nice thing
because
is...
I'm pretty sure it's very likely that both will go to cross the wasteland after this, especially with that magic they just found. And there's a 1 in 3 chance at Serenade, which means that he won't need to... There's even less of a reason to backtrack to Valley.
Yeah. I mean, Alaszun did not set up Child Scarecrow, correct?
I don't think he went to Child Lake, no.
Yeah. So, I mean, he'll kind of be pulled into that. There are 2 other bows. We have not talked about this. We have no reason to believe that the other bows are, like, locked behind that bow, except that we kind of think we would have found one by now.
Yeah. I know saying for roars here, which is smart in case strength whenever Find Strength 2 shows up.
Yeah, so I think this is actually to prevent having to jump in the lava. Because at 1.5 hearts, you're not gonna die, but it makes the next room impossible. Oh, nope.
Just do it.
Thanks, I don't know. Just going back for strength 2 checks. I got you.
Yep. And Alaszun is heading straight across the wasteland. Interesting.
Heart?
Very nice.
Let's go!
I still can't tell what's in the maze. You peeked a key chest, but I have no idea where that is relative to the maze because my sense of direction sucks. I think that might have been the key on the right side I peeked earlier, but I'm not sure.
Exactly, Inko. Fire keys will always drop hearts when you have full hearts, and not... I think... Is that a big chest hammer locked?
I did not see. Was looking elsewhere. As here is choose for Alaszun.
Must not have. It could be that he ends up going and peeking Valley altogether here. Because you can peek the crate with choose.
That is true. Also, happy 1 hour, everyone.
Happy 1 hour. Let me get these commands up here. Give our runners a follow. Alaszun and idunno. Putting on a really good first round match here so far. I am dreading finding out that this is actually AD for Requiem for something stupid.
I mean, I'm starting to think that 40 Skulls is smelling quite bad right now.
Yeah. My Kokam Star, thank you for being here.
Absolutely, always a pleasure.
Our trackers, Atium and Triforce, thank you both. Pushing the buttons, keeping track of things. Our restreamer, Shiro. Not sure where she's at.
Lurking, I assume.
Lurking. And chat, of course. Thanks for being here with us.
Yep.
These happy days of Season 6. Simmer, they are not going for any specific time, except that it is faster than their opponent. There's no goal, it just depends on how long it takes them to find the items and beat the dungeon.
Yep. Because it is randomizer, we don't know how long this will take. In general, top 64 runners can finish the majority of seed sub 3 hours. If it's gone past 3.5, something has gone deeply wrong. For that matter, if it's gone over 3 hours, something's gone wrong, usually.
Yep. And yet, the first two S6 matches, neither of them have been sub 3.
Nope. They had 2 trolls so far, and this might make 3rd as they find another beam. Check key off the beamers.
Yep. Yeah, 3 hours means something was difficult to find. Hey, Juke. Welcome in.
Yeah. The fastest seeds can be sub hour and a half in the most silliest of situations, but they're very, very rare.
Yep.
It takes a combination of very specific item placements and some very lucky routing to be able to finish a seed sub 130 in these settings.
All seeds can sub 4 days.
Yeah, even with a challenge cup, runners can generally sub. Yeah, top 64 runners can generally sub 230 most seeds. It's probably closer to 3 hours for most seeds for CC, and then sub 4 if it's gone past 4 hours. Also for CC, something's gone very, very wrong.
And yet, it happened.
Yeah, this is looking to be. This is so far following the trend of 3+ hour seeds for this season.
Yeah, this
We do
is
have
weird.
a decent amount of items. We have very little progression times. Like, despite everything, we do have quite a few items. We have a decent amount of stuff on the tracker. We just can't do much with our items.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to get a peek at the right hand, which was hinted.
Yep. Yeah, this seed is. There's no way to see the sub 130. I don't even think it'll sub 2 as we get Serenade.
Yep. Serenade's kind of nice.
I mean, we do have that water path.
Wait, yeah. I think the water path is interesting because you can choose to decide, oh, that was just a heart. Piece of heart or heart container up there. The right hand was hinted right there. Thanks, yep. Game.
Any idea what's on the Colossus Arch? Because I sure didn't see it.
I think it was a heart. Like a heart something.
Let's see. Where's my brain going? 10 more shoes in GTG. Yeah.
Yeah. So the water path, being that it's King Dodongo, you could write it off and just say, you know what? It's a bomb bag. I probably don't need it. That is a very dangerous gamble.
But it is one you can make.
But it is one you could make.
Now, we're looking at Adult Lake. At least one chest in fire, which could just be nothing or a key or whatever. We'll see. We'll eventually see because fire's been down, but when is who knows.
Anywhere in forest.
And we're just Yeah, Rest of Forest available. Rest of
Mhm.
Forest is looking like a seriously good play considering we don't have much to do at
Yeah,
all.
gross. At this point, I'm like kind of hoping that we find a second wallet and that we need to go buy Blue Fire.
That would be the comedy option, but that would kind of suit how this seat's gone so far as an hour 6 with still no obvious progression because
Hey, our fire.
the
Okay, I
wasteland's
didn't
in
say this.
logic
Yeah,
now.
I didn't say this earlier because we didn't have fire, but I was like, haunted wasteland.
I hadn't thought about that too. No, how is that?
Where is it? Where's our fire?
Where's our iron boots is the real question right now.
Haunted wasteland.
The bow is here on the Valley Waterfall. Alaszun should hopefully be getting it here.
Yes.
Gonna peek the crate and see that it's just the green rupee, and it's gonna, yep, there's the bow incoming.
Oh, Link, get on the ladder. Thank you.
Or, well, Alaszun failed the choose try, he's gonna have to redo it and then go do the waterfall once he succeeds.
Heart.
And just a heart piece on Lab Roof. We're still missing 3 paths hint, a 40 hint Skull Mask, and 2 sometimes hints. At what point do you start checking back lake hints? I'm starting to wonder, honestly.
I'm not sure, but Idunno did not do it there, and I think that was the best opportunity you have. Big Pose, also still available.
Yep. Big Pose is available. We have... Oh, there's a real minimum of checks available right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do some checks in logic with choose, but it's not a ton, and Alaszun has decided he's off the forest.
Yeah.
This is honestly the density play as we get another heart piece off the field scrub. That was not worth the chew!
Yep. Oh, nope. Baited.
Nope, Alaszun changing his mind. Okay.
Maybe just checking this hint first? No?
Not even checking the hint. Hello? Alaszun?
Where are we going? Where?
DC would make some sense, True Rock Chalk. And yes, that is a Hollow Knight model.
There is a guaranteed big chest in GTG, and you have to do it.
It's not the second chest, because it was just into dead, Lil. Yes, there's our bomb block scale. Okay.
Uh-oh. Alright,
Mind
so
you,
remember...
scales are not logical access to water anyway, but that is something to note.
Logical entry. 2 of them.
Yeah, they look at you in the door, but that's nothing. That's it in these settings.
Just no checks.
Yep. No, seriously, where is progression? Is the honest question right now.
Yeah, I mean... We'll see. Oh, okay. So, you saw, I don't know, save there. He's gonna be doing some chew management here.
Yeah, chew management, check out Little Foes Grotto, which is junk, check the 2 grottos in Lost Woods, which is the path.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost certainly for hookup, but no guarantees, and then if this is all junk, save Scum and head for Temple, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gonna have to farm some money, though, only has 25.
Yeah.
Doesn't take too long, but it's annoying.
Alaszun doing Redead Grotto for an equal amount of nothing.
Yeah, has that extra 10-pack, though. Doesn't have to be quite as, stingy with the chew.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that where that was, but it was in GTG, which had to know skipped. It was in the small chest, so I might just not have opened it. And Lost Wood, Scrub Grotto is a bloopy. That is not worth it, game.
Nope. Cheated.
Negative 80% return. Do not recommend. Pay $40, get 5 back. Speaking as someone who is in fact an accountant in real life.
Alright.
Okay, small chest, and SFM is path to Volvagia.
Hey!
Epona song. Okay, well, thanks?
I mean, I feel like Epona just gets us our
DC Bridge is a
water
baby double defense. Thanks.
Big pose. Do big pose. It's our irons,
Big
probably.
pose. There's a real chance irons are. I mean, there's irons have got to be somewhere. As neither of them are checking this graveyard hit. Guys! Hello?
They don't need the info.
Apparently not, even though we're missing 2 cats and the 40 hit.
Yeah. Definitely don't need that info.
Just 40 is seeming a little bit suspicious right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Someone in chat noted that there were 46 calls in Logic earlier, and I don't think that's really changed, so,
Yeah? Alright.
Napoleon likely locks long shot, yeah, segue, especially because there was nothing on HBA.
Yeah.
HBU was a hard piece and like a bloopy or something.
Yeah, and there was nothing in GTG yet.
Nothing at all, unless it's strength 2 lock.
It did give us some magic, though.
Okay, there was magic, and that was in Logic on the Fortress roof.
Yeah. But currently, Epona is our only access there, so... Yeah.
Hammer being magic locked, probably. Okay, well... Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole point is we just won't really... We won't really know until we see something. It'll all click.
Yeah. Longshot could be in Spirit Kalari. Toilet was not hinted. This is another big chest. Also way out of Logic for a Kokiri sword.
I mean, we need to do that anyway, so that's just helpful.
It is. We do know where the iron boots are, and that's not the Deku tree.
Yep.
But it might get us some items to make the game a little more convenient. Maybe there's not a Logic bomb bag there or something.
Yeah.
Also, Double Defense is such a troll. You can peek it early, and then you see, ooh, big chest to come back to later, then realize, oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So that is a medallion, and most importantly, it's a medallion that gets us one step closer to storms.
And gets, yeah, because the song itself is of limited use. It's either Bolero or Prelude, neither of which are exceptionally helpful today. Or anytime, really, for the most part. Nice to have, but they don't do anything in terms of progression.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, obviously the fire arrows, probably not the most important, but again, the sheer number of AD items that we have come up with, I'm just trying to think really hard what could possibly be locked in Child Spirit.
Hammer is the biggest one right now.
Oh,
Hammer, maybe long shot are about the only two things.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess an exceedingly poorly placed ins because we do have fire arrows.
Disgusting. Yeah. Jax is saying long shot just because we got the hint about the hand that would tell us if long shot was required for spirit was hinted, and it's not a key.
Yeah, we know that because, yeah, with right hand being dead and spirit locking Requiem, we know that there's a very high chance that spirit is firelock. It's not guaranteed, but there's a very good chance of it.
Yeah. Okay, Alaszun's coming back here. So I'm thinking there was a big chest in that middle one.
Seems like it, yeah. Which, yeah, there is. Okay. And that's a spot for Strength 2. DMT is path to Queen Goma, and that's a recovery heart. Why is the Strength path to Goma for... Huh?
Huh. Wait, was it Crater or Trail? VXR is saying...
Oh, saying it's Crater, I can't read.
Because Crater...
Crater path to Goma for Nocturne?
Oh my god.
That?
Could our irons actually be in, like, early Shadow? Or just
why
in
is
Shadow?
that? No, we just
No,
picked up
because
the Kokiri
it has
sword.
to be
It was
early.
The Kokiri sword was on top of King Dodongo. It's bomb
Yeah,
locked.
so our
The
irons have to be in the first, like, 4 checks in Shadow, then.
Not even. It could be the Crater Fairy, but then where the hell's Hammer?
But, no, it has to be...
It's
Yeah.
Nocturne or Crater Fairy. It's Nocturne or Crater Fairy for the path. No. And if it's Crater Fairy, we need to fight a Hammer. This bomb bag location really is dumb. I think is the summary on this.
I don't think it can be Hammer, because Hammer would give us access to that chest with the strength available.
And that would do what, exactly?
Kokiri sword would be behind Hammer at that point. It couldn't be Crater Fairy. So it has to be Nocturne.
Well, no, couldn't it be Hammer for Iron Boots on Crater Fairy or something similar?
But Hammer gives us access to that chest. The chest where the Kokiri sword was.
No, it does not. The Kokiri sword is on top of King Dodongo. That's hard bomb locked.
Oh, okay. I didn't miss.
I was trying to figure out what their confusion was, because that made no sense.
I mixed up where the chests were.
Yeah. No, Hammer was on top of King Dodongo, which is hard bomb locked in logic. Line Skull Mask for Alaszun! Wahoo!
Yes, I just had the 2 chests mixed up. I thought it was at the end of the bridge.
There's the other SFM path to Volvin, which is from Epona's song, but why is still a mystery right now. Like, Hammer could just be sitting on Big Pose. That's a Zora tunic on Skull Mask, which does not a whole lot besides open up one more place for that for that bomb bag whenever we finally get there.
Gross.
Man, this scene is just spaghetti. And I'm really... I honestly am... Bomb bag right now could be Central Miller. Yes, Kirby fan. It's so silly, but it's possible. Depending on where Iron Boots are, of course. Bomb bag cannot be enforced. The entire place is 100% in logic, not at all remotely locked behind Water Temple whatsoever.
Yeah, Neil, Wasteland looking pretty good right now.
Wasteland, Deep Forest, Strength 2 is not in logic to note, so it's not the colorful checks in GTG or Adult Spirit. Bomb bag cannot be in Goron Pot. We do not have the Strength trick enabled. Not to mention that's also not really in any fashion. Yeah, we have Zelda. It couldn't even be Water Couple Lock, frankly.
I think Alaszun is in fact going for Bunny Hood.
Yeah, there could be a bomb-lock bomb bag in the Goron pot. That's true. It just can't be our logical bomb bag. Nothing in the compass room there of Deku, so off to the basement. Those other bomb bags are untouchable, and that is a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still, despite all of our discussion, no guarantee that the bomb bag isn't water. It could technically be something in water locking the bomb bags.
Yeah, I mean,
Chances are
hammer
getting
and
increasingly
water.
remote, but it's not zero.
Bombs in Crater Fairy behind hammer from water.
It's possible, assuming we can never find those iron boots.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing
Yeah,
is,
this
even
is...
if we do find gold scale, we don't have long shot to really do gold scale water with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I don't know if... I think Alaszun plays in Multi-World and probably knows how to do that with gold scale and just hook.
He does. I mean, Alaszun is a multi-world tournament act. The issue isn't getting into water. It's that you can't do anything in water because you can't get to the basement floor with that long shot. Gold scale for lap dive looking for logical bomb bag is also possible. There's so much. Yeah, that's the thing, Neil. Exactly. You cannot do anything in water in these settings with just gold scale and hook. What even though they both likely know it doesn't matter. It's a dungeon DDR strat, exactly.
Yeah.
They could do it. There's nothing stopping them from going and doing it. They just won't. It's just a waste of time. Is what it is right now. They could go open it right now. They could go use this hook to open the door right now and go stare at it if they really care to do so. You don't need to, because the strat there is the trick there is to hit it with just hook. But again, no point. Goma is a BGS. Well, that's nice, I guess. Nothing resembling progression. You know, Mel, we do have an impressive amount of stuff. We have a very full tracker an hour 23 minutes in. The problem is we just can't do anything with this stuff.
Hey, that's not true, though. They have all of Forest. They have
nothing
Wasteland.
they want to do with all this stuff, correction.
I mean, yeah, but that's what you gotta do. I don't care if they want to do it or not.
They have to. And let's see, what is left? We've got at least one chest in fire. We've got the rest of Forest. We have 40 skulls. I don't think we've seen 20 skulls either, actually. We've got Big
I don't
Toes.
think so.
We've got the Wasteland. It's actually that I'm having a really hard time thinking of other checks right now. Domain checks are not in logic.
Yeah.
That skill was out of logic, and obviously we don't have bombs, as per, this entire Seeds discussion. Alaszun can clear GTG in Spirit. That is true, Tafel. I'm talking currently about out of logic checks. Lens game is in logic, true.
Get your guesses in chat. We are looking for a combination of 5 left and rights.
Yep. Well, everyone who said left to start is immediately out, because that's right for the first check. Chest is left for the second. I think that put a lot of people out immediately. Right, left, left. Left, okay. And left.
Huh.
Everyone loses, I think.
So close.
And all that for nothing.
Just some arrows.
We're really running out of checks.
Oh, you got the reverse one in 32? Nice.
Oops.
If I'm out immediately, I always hope for that.
So, yeah, we're looking at the rest of Stone Forest. Big big pose is honestly actually a decent idea with SFM path to roll for Apodos for unresolved stuff. Yeah, Strength 2 is locked behind items we need anyway. We know Strength 2 at present cannot lock our Iron Boots, because that Strength 2 is Bomb, Hammer, or Strength, the other Strength locked. There is still path to Goma. Gee, thank you. Much needed. We're missing one path, which is between Morpha and... We're missing one path, which is going to be the Morpha path with Kira.
Yeah, it should be.
That would actually be really nice to get right now. Because we only have 5 medallion dungeons today. A Morpha path could be really nice if that finally gives us an idea as to where we're in Hyrule are these Iron Boots. And just an Echo Shield here. We've seen GTG juke. Everything but Strength 2 lock checks been the toilet. There was a magic on the fortress roof and nothing at all in GTG. HBA was also completely dead.
But they didn't have fire arrows to do Haunted Wasteland Crossing.
Ice Cavern is not dead. It has one of Bolero or Prelude, and it also has a number of checks, but because the King's Aura Skip is banned for Season 6, they can't go there. Strength 2 Starfall is in the Goron City Maze, which is so far out of logic, it's really, really far out of logic. No explosives, no logical Strength 2, obviously, and certainly no hammer.
I mean, in theory, the item is just a check that's in logic that they haven't done. Dancing Dead is in logic.
That is true, I forgot about that. The Seal Ansaris are in. There's Prelude Vanilla, so Bolero is an Ice Cavern, okay. And this is probably Forest Temple for, I don't know, yeah. This is the absolute sensible play, especially because I know does not have strength 2. There's...
Yeah, I mean...
It's this or an assortment of, or a handful of pretty much all terrible overworld checks, I think.
This is one of the things that I am bad at because I would rather do, like, big pose and find out.
Inko saying in chat, how many... Yeah. Inko saying, how many things can we stick in a bomb bag path? Everything, apparently, is the answer to this scene says. Because we still don't have a bomb bag an hour and a half in, which is quite impressive. I don't even want to speculate on when we'll finally find this bomb bag because I could just as easily comms curse this. Alaszun trying to do the bomb shoe setup for the Goron pot here. Let's see if that works. And that's not the usual setup I see, so no. That did not work. I'm just laughing at chat right now. And, okay, let's see if that worked for Alaszun. We already saw the Formaster earlier from Alaszun, and that's just a nut. Who does save scum as choose. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know if looking at anything that's bomb-locked is useful.
At this point, I think Bombag might I was starting to wonder if Bombag's gonna be our logical go mode, frankly.
Yeah, right? Like, it's our last item, and that you find Kokiri Sword is just a happy accident.
Pretty much at this rate, because we're... There is at least one chest in Fire Temple, but how much further we can get without a hammer or a Bombag is, deeply questionable. we need a hammer of Bombay guarantee to be able to continue. You cannot get enough keys to continue without at least one of those items, no matter what the key layout is.
Yeah. And I mean, almost all of these are bomb locked. Like, Shatter requires a bomb, water, it doesn't necessarily, but probably. Dodongo, obviously.
Some parts may be bomb locked, so we know at least one check in there has to be available without bomb back because it apparently locks the bomb back, wherever that is. Like, this is one of the latest bomb backs I have seen in a long time. Sends for Alaszun, it's gonna go be disappointed by Lens game, get your guesses in chat again if you want. Oh, it absolutely could be first check of Fire Temple. It isn't launching, but it's just one check, and up until recently, they still don't really have much in the way of health to get back out of there. It's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, Alaszun bought a Goron tunic. He's fine.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, it's not an appealing play to go do it for one check.
Left,
So
right.
it is an option. Five is enough though? Okay, that's true. I guess true income, I was misremembering. Oh, it is close. I'll key for idunno. But yeah, especially with the Critter Path to Goma hint, which is apparently also pointing at a Bombag because Bombag's the only real thing locking the Kokiri sword. This he just gets more and more and more spaghettied. Because it has to be Nocturne or Hammer Path or Critter Fairy Path for Goma, and Critter Fairy requires a hammer, Nocturne requires Dins to make any actual use out of it. And Nocturne's uses are very limited because there's not that much available in Shadow without a bomb bag. The spaghetti intensifies.
Do big post.
I honestly really hope Alaszun does big pose here, yeah, because I want to know what that is for that SFM path to Volvagia for Eponas.
Yeah, and I mean, that first check of Fire Temple, Haunted Wasteland, if it's not in Forest, it's just a dumb one-off check. And this game loves those, so...
Yes, it does. And the first check of Fire is basically a one-off check right now. For all intents and purposes. This scene is done? Yes, it is. You know, yes it is. So this is menu map for Alaszun, which I suspect is going to be the same play as idunno here. This is
Told you we'd be here again, chat.
Yep, we're back. We are back.
We're back.
We're back in Stone Forest, looking because this is the densest play left in the game.
And no, Wayfaring Fox, we are not checking Big Pose. Oh!
Not yet.
Oh, the bait on the double Stone Forest.
Oh, never mind. Alaszun roars back to GTG to get the Strength 2 lot checks here, and... Oh yeah, and he didn't have a bow the first trip. Right. Okay, this is a good play for him. Boss key for idunno. I'd totally forgotten Alaszun had Forest in here, honestly.
Same.
Now, this could be good for him, this could be bad for him. idunno did not pick the Goron City maze and has limited shoes, so idunno has no idea strength 2s in the maze, which could save him from going off on a rabbit hunt for nothing, or it could lead him off course, we don't know.
Yeah, the rest of Forest, Haunted Wasteland,
Big Pose, first check of Fire, yeah. And that's maybe something else we're forgetting, because I swear there's always something we forget when we're down to random overworld checks plus a dungeon that sucks.
If we find a wallet anywhere in there, King Zora becomes available.
Yeah.
Oh, the first check of Fire.
Yeah, and it seems that likely that at least 2 of Din's hammer and irons are on the path of Ystaian logic. Well, irons are guaranteed to be on the path of Ystaian logic, and one of Din's or hammer has to turn up for that crater path. Which one? Who knows? We have ZL to get to Domain as adult, we just don't have a way to blue fire right now.
Yeah.
But if we find a wallet that is blue fire access.
Yeah.
Alright, is Blue Po our answer? No,
No.
that's our last key. Probably could have known that if I was counting, but oh well. So, we have just a couple things left here in Forest Temple.
Alright, is strength 2 the answer? I feel like this will give us some additional info.
It will give us info.
Oh!
Ooh, big chat! That's an item.
That is an item.
Not sure if that's a good
Oh.
item to find or a bad item to find, but that is an item.
It's an item.
And
Hey.
that is insanely out of logic also, yes. Another big
Yeah.
chest, though, is... Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
That
Why
is very
that
Bomb
a bomb bag?
Oh wait, what if it... That could potentially be our first... No, because something... Hammer's in
No.
water. Hammer is in water, and this is irons right here.
No, hammer and water wouldn't make... hammer and water for the strength 2 for that bomb bag wouldn't make sense because we don't have... Because the crater path makes no sense then. Crater does not lock that at all. I think. Brain hurts, yeah, Gabe's bomb. It's... the seed's logic is drunk. It certainly is something. We also still don't know why Epona is path off, frankly. Irons and early shadow with Dins on big pose would make some of the most sense we've seen so far, honestly, Jax. Strength 3 presumably has to be somewhere completely unavailable as well, with that bomb bag being there. So, thankfully for Idunno, he's already done most of the bomb lock checks in the seed, so it doesn't matter too much that he's missed that bomb bag. And that Riddle's letter could be great for Alaszun, could be bad, we have no idea. Can't wait to hear what the runners think about this one. Oh yeah, the runners are gonna have opinions on this at the end. That's for sure. Jack saying in chat, here's the secret, the seed is just a wave function of weirdness and we're collapsing it to an eigenstate of suck by playing it. I don't understand what you said, but I can tell you were joking about how wacky the seed's logic is. I unfortunately missed the race earlier today due to work, but I know that yesterday's seed also had some really, really wonky logic going.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of AD items.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because Jabu is full of clearable, way out of logic. No.
Yep.
Although the thing is, Jabu is full of clearable, way out of logic behind what apparently might honestly be Gobo at this point, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, Forrest has had nothing.
No, we've got 2 checks left, and if this is not it, we're looking at assorted overworld stuff, or wherever this logic's gone to. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to follow that letter, because there's so... Oh,
Yeah,
don't forget 40 Skulls is in. We never saw that hint.
Hmm.
And I'm getting more and more worried by the minute at this point, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I am sad that Alaszun does not have those fire arrows to show us Haunted Wasteland.
No, he's gonna just go... He hasn't gotten Serenade yet, right? He's gonna go clear Force Basement's junk, but he's gonna go do Spirit, I think. He'll certainly get the song.
Oh, 20 skulls is an
Okay.
option.
20 is an option I forgot we hadn't seen yet, yeah. 20, 40, Big Pose, Phantom Ganon, the Wasteland, first check of fire.
Yeah, I feel like anytime you're counting on both hands the total number of checks available, it's bad.
It's very bad, yeah. 2040 Wasteland Big Pose in the first track of fire is 5 checks exactly, but there's a decent chance I'm forgetting something. Just because it's so easy to forget a check somewhere in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's Stone Spirit with Requiem and 8D, Sam. Yep. The thing is, too, like, with how much we know about our paths, there's a limited amount of things that can be behind strength, too. I don't think neither hammer or irons can be behind there. I think about the only Dins is unlikely. Long shots. Alaszun is, if anything, if Alassun's gonna find anything, it's probably long shot. There's not much else that can be behind this because of what our path is. Yeah, Alassun's gonna do this way out of logic to the point of comedy. Jax, do you fish for guidance out of logic though? Considering Bombay is gonna be our nearest logical go mode at this point. Like, it actually is looking like our logical go mode at our rate we're going.
Yeah.
Hey, Zelda-san, raiding with a party of 12 as again. Why is that Dins on Phantom Canyon? Iron Boots are probably the first couple checks of Shadow then, I think.
Yep.
Wow, okay. Wow.
And then it's hammer in water for Bombay and Crater. I hate all
did
of
the
this.
stream just freeze? Yikes on the timing.
Oh no. Can you hear us? Are we ZSR radio?
Shiro, you there? There's the hey, Frux 2 is still dead. But yeah, that's logic. We should probably find something in the first couple checks here because there's almost nothing else left in the entire game. Hey, stream's good. Thank you.
Thanks, chat. Sorry, VXR. Yeah,
it could be hammer in here. It could be. There's a very good chance it's irons in here for hammer and water which would open, which is Nocturne locked, so solves a creator path and would get a strength 2 from the maze to go get the bomb back in GTG.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, we're missing long shots. Really, the big thing right now. Assuming that. I'm pretty sure Idunno has at least one shoe left, so he can full clear Shadow in one trip. So he won't be seeing water for a bit. Oh. And, alright, big chest.
I mean, we knew it had to be one of the first 4.
Yeah, and why am I not surprised?
Yay!
And now we're in 43 minutes in, we finally have our iron boots.
Yep. And this is required anyway, so Idunno is going to just at least do dead hand here.
Okay, apparently Idunno has exactly one shoe, so that might actually be a minor issue.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Not quite. Gotta go find bomb bag, hammer, and water more. Yeah, go.
Yeah. I mean,
could just be a bomb bag and water locking hammer somewhere else. We don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty quick to get back here. You don't have enough shoes to complete this. This actually makes a lot of sense for Idunno. I thought he had more than one shoe, but nope.
Yeah, I mean, there is a chance that you don't need whatever's under the rubbish pile.
But yeah, but you also don't want to take that risk.
There's a chance.
Okay, 2 keys on that side of spirit here. So the big question now is this a bomb bag or is this a hammer? Because because if it's bomb bag, then hammer could be a few different bomb lock places, which would be a little awkward.
Yeah,
and bomb lock places, and if it's because if it's bomb bag here, then strength, then strength 2's in, and just about anything could be in there. So Alassun's play may not be as wonky as originally thought. We'll have to see as we get a big chest. Speaking of. And boss key, okay. Well, Okay, I'm not surprised Strength 3 was there, honestly.
Yep. So that also, I mean, as Jax was saying in chat earlier, that kind of influences the fact that it could very well be Hammer here in water, and that Bomb Bag in GTG is actually our first.
It's very possible.
Oh, there's Hammer!
Yep, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. That's about what I expected, honestly. So, where's Longshot is now the question. Because suddenly there's a decent chance it's in here or in Shadow. It could be where Alaszun's at, but there's no guarantees.
Yeah.
Alaszun is lost in Outer Logic Land. You're not wrong, Juke. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Morpha Path is still somewhere out there. I mean, I guess I would think you clear your progression. You're able to do fire, you're able to do shadow now. And maybe it turns up on the way. Because all of that is hook locked from there.
There's a very good possibility that Morpha Path is just something for the wildly complicated bomb bag chain, because
because the
this bomb bag chain has been bonkers.
Yeah, the irons were hinted behind the Nocturne. We didn't know it at the time, but we know that's what it is.
Yeah, we are not in no mode, Sagalaga. We finally confirmed what on earth is our water path, as we get a small key on bow target, but we are... Longshot is a mystery.
Yeah.
I don't think the water path is worth it.
Yeah, the one good thing is, if we do get a hint and it's not Shadow, we know it's Longshot, unless it was the Zora tunic that we found. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Where was that?
The Zora tunic was Skull Mask, so that was Fear Zero.
Yeah. Which isn't always hit, so it's not going to be a path.
Yeah, Skull Mask can be path, but let's see, what can be path? That bomb bag in GTG could be path, the Strength in Goron City could be path. We still haven't seen another bow, for all we know that could be something, for Phantom Ganon or whatever.
Yeah, Forest could have been hinted path, too.
Yeah, there's could have been that Din's path, we've seen so much of this seed that the path is unlikely to be useful. I don't know, still need to get a bomb back though. Well, that is true, Jig. Although, he also, I mean...
Ice is now in play, though.
Ice is in play for Alaszun, but Idunno's gonna get a bomb back alongside his Zerdos letter, so we'll see. Yeah, Idunno could also just go buy some shoes again. It would suck a little bit, would probably have to go farm Skull Kid in Lost Woods as adult for the money, but could do it if it comes... Like, if you find Longshot here in water or in... I think you just rush.
Yeah.
You just buy shoes and get through the seed. You don't... Big chest? Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, that was hinted. Duh. I think Idunno forgot that was hinted.
I guess that may... Or wanted it. Oh no.
No, because he just saved it.
Yeah. There is a big chest in Valley behind Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, Aponos has to lock Longshot somehow. But that could just mean that Longshot's bomb locked and that the GTG bomb bags are first logical, because that's quite possible right now.
Yeah, but Longshot
Aponos could just be for magic. Oh, no. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
If Pono being locking Longshot tells us not much.
Yeah. But there's the Valley Hammer Rocks, which is a big chest.
So far, Adult Spirit's been a bust for Alaszun. He got Strength 3 of dubious usefulness. It does at least tell us that if Idunno wants a GTG bomb back, he does have to go back to Goron City.
So, what is randomized? The item pool, the songs, and the dungeon rewards. There's a lot
the
more.
chests are randomized, the
Sorry,
freestanding
yes.
heart pieces are randomized, the songs are randomized as well as randomized amongst each other, the dungeon words are randomized amongst each other. Keys are still in their own dungeons, gold schedules are not changed, neither are the pots, freestanding rupees, beehives, or anything like that. Yes, those can be randomized. And neither are the crates. We do not have the path to Morpha Scarlet, and at this point it's almost certainly useless considering how much we've seen this seed. Yeah, exactly, Yinko. Considering the number of items that were required for that bomb bag, not too helpful. Yeah, let's see. Number of items that were required for that bomb bag. We needed the strength from above DC. We needed the bow from the Valley Waterfall. We needed the magic from the fortress roof. We needed the hookshot from the Ocarina memory game. We needed, let's see, we needed that. We needed the Dins from Phantom Ganon. We needed hover boots from the Impa Cow. Iron boots from the Shadow Map Chest. Hammer from the water map chest. Nocturne from the crater. Zeal from Saria. Opponents from Vignette. Yeah, there's like a good 10 items that were 10 separate items and songs locking that bomb bag minimum. So it's and many of them have not been hinted. So there's a really good chance that the Morphous Path is just one of those items. This is Valley Hammer Rocks, yep, for I to know, and hopefully goes back to GTG afterwards. Because that would be really... Oh no, he can't. No strength 2, duh.
Yeah, Pot Sanity is something to watch. Rupee Shuffle, pretty bad.
We have no idea what's on Twinrova. I know he can't get to Twinrova because he still doesn't have strength 2. Now we know it's not here, as we get... Oh, lovely. Hey. Nice bomb bag! Okay, so both of those are hard hammer locks, so we're fine, but that's quite a spot for a bomb bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both bomb bags are hammer. Yeah, both bomb bags are hammer locked. The third bomb bag also has to be hammer locked. That's zero surprise. Oh yeah, I didn't know couldn't get BMO's chest though, so he's gonna do this now.
Hey,
yeah,
Rich.
keep the dog path without a wave to hero bomb bag. Wow, you are correct, VXR. I was honestly, there was a point where I didn't want to say it out loud, but there's a point where I was worried we wouldn't see a bomb bag sub 2 hours at the rate we were going for most of that scene there. Most of the scene so far. And I know we just about got the bomb bag sub 2 here at an hour 53. Alright, this is back to Shadow for I didn't know. This makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're able to finish it. Rush dungeons.
As Alaszun, alright. Twinrova's down. Is there anything in here or on OGC, or was Adult Spirit a bust? Because this has been a very, very dead... This has otherwise been a massive time sink. Just a heart piece there. Okay. I hope for Alaszun's sake there's something on OGC, because otherwise this was a humongous time sink for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know how this is going to play out in the end. The big question, where is Longshot? Everywhere is available now, given the information we have. Ice, Jabu, Bottom of the Well, Child Spirit, like, everything is available.
Fire is available, yeah. Child Spirit is a possibility, yes. Yeah. We could get a bet for Longshot going. Shiro, could you do that? Okay, this is back to forest though for Alaszun. Following logical density. Good idea. Yep. And this is him saying, I got diddly squad out of ranking logic, let's go back to it. I'm gonna bet 40 skulls for the giggles, because we never did see that hint. James Bond saying bet under Trez's bed. Lil. Good one. A couple people betting somewhere stupid. Betting somewhere unexpected. Swamp Atlas Big Chest would be funny, and Lil and Co. That's from ALTDPR, which is where the hookshot is in that game. I just don't know. First check-in fire wouldn't make sense because that's not opponent's locked at all.
I mean, somewhere stupid is just such a classic bet because the whole game is stupid.
This has been an exceptionally silly seed, yeah.
Ooh.
But there's a very solid chance that Longshot's also just sitting here in Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anywhere in our progression dungeons is an option.
Gooba betting under Juke's bed and Juke responding, huh? Go check Juke, lol. Here's boss key and a small key. It cannot be in those pots over there, sadly, Empress of Tomorrow. Pot sanity's off, and so is... and Gans is not available anyway. For those who are unaware, in pot sanity, if you have your lighters in the pots underneath Ganondorf, he will give you a hint that says, "You'll never beat me by finding the arrows from those pots over there." Live. Juke's saying he can't, he's in bed, so it's not going to go check under his bed.
Hey, hammocks are sweet though. Don't mock hammocks.
Juke is himself, of course, a top 64 runner and a long-term member of the community. Will be playing himself coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure when his first match is off the top of my head.
Wait, he's playing himself? Juke v Juke?
Not playing himself. He himself is playing a match. That's the wording I wanted. Right.
Hey,
there's Longshot,
there's
and that's
Longshot.
Hour 57.
Go.
There, we're done. We're done.
Alright, so it's just rush progression now.
It's rush progression time.
Did idunno find boss key and water?
No. He will need to go back for it. Okay. Oh man, staying in logic was the play because that strength 3 was not required at all. Or even that strength 2, as it turns out. idunno got mildly bailed out by the bomb bag on Hammer Rocks, and is in go mode. Still has to finish all the rest of Shadow, do finish Water, and go to Fire Temple, but is in go mode. Nobody could have done bottom of the well. Empress of Tomorrow, Song of Storms on Burning Cack. They haven't beaten Fire Temple. That hammer was very, very late. Nice! The winning bet for the premium bet is that this seed hates you.
Yes. Sure does. Sure does.
This was a logical double dip of Shadow, by the way. Get the hammer, leave, go find the bomb deck from either GTG or Hammer Rocks, and then come back. In fact, if it weren't 5 AM for Trez, I might have gotten summoned and moved this. Yeah, idunno can't be happy about that without the because he didn't have to choose to continue, really. Oh man, what a seed.
You know what? We have the answer now. Which is nice.
We did. We got the answer sub 2 hours, which honestly I was not expecting at the first rate we were going at.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Some difficulty with these lineups. There we go. That look.
Yep. And happy 2 hours, everyone! We're finally in go mode! Give our runners a follow, Alaszun and idunno, my co-com Milkweed, and our trackers, ADM and Triforce Explorer, as well as our race streamer Shiro. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks, Star, being here
Yep.
on comms.
Always a pleasure. Ooh, Alaszun taking a fall here in this room in forest. Yeah, they were close for a good while. Alaszun even had the edge on a bomb bag at one point with strength too, but
Yeah, that
sometimes
didn't.
breaking logic can help, but this was not one of those. Oh hey, big chest. I didn't know is not opening it because he's in go mode, but I would not be surprised if that is our final bomb bag of the seed.
Yeah, gross.
Because we're missing out of our major items, we're missing strength. We're third bomb bag, 2 bows, double magic, our last slingshot, gold scale, our second wallet. We've got a couple bottles missing, and I don't believe we ever saw that adult trade quest item.
No, I don't think we did. Yeah, Alaszun's gonna make up a little bit of time on idunno here after finishing Forest. Won't need to double dip here, can just go, won't need to double dip water either, for example. We'll just be able to go through all of the dungeons. I think idunno is probably at too strong of an advantage at this point.
I think that trip with you through Spirit was just too long, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah,
was a good
Stevie,
turn.
exactly. I want to know what's in every big chest I come across in this game. How much is this game screwing me over?
Exactly, Yinko. If you're in a high stakes race like this, you sit your accuracy later.
Yeah.
I know Alaszun at this moment cannot be feeling very good, having gone far out of logic for Spirit for absolutely nothing whatsoever. And idunno's had to make a few double dips due to a lack of choose, and probably doesn't feel the best about that either. So it's a tricky spot for both. Alaszun is likely to open that big chest before the boat, yeah, especially because he'll be full clearing Shadow in one trip most likely. Although he may or may not, because actually he'll get both of his go mode items right before that. Never mind, brain. Yeah, as far as he knows, water is a bomb. No, wait, he won't get both items out here because he doesn't know what cameras in water. Yeah, because he as far as he knows, yeah, water's just a bomb bag. Iron Boots Game Spawn are in the map chest of Shadow, the very first check behind Dins on Phantom Ganon, as that is the key idunno needs. He's out of here.
Bongo. Alright. No slaps, no punches. Oh, yes. Spin strats, let's go. Oh, no.
Not quite, though.
That's alright.
There we are.
There we go.
And it is medallion number 4 for idunno.
Bye, Bongo. You beat a sick beat.
Yeah, Bongo
Yeah,
can't really
exactly.
miss much time unless he punches you. Yep.
The Bongo punch is the worst. You see the fist coming at you and you're like,
Just some notes off Bongo, and with that, I'm gonna step away for a minute or two. Be right back.
okay. Wait, really? He can't punch twice in a row? Nice. Amazing phantom game from Alaszun. No, yeah, I think that's one of the things about all of these boss fights, Stevie, is that if you're in the rhythm, you're in the rhythm. And they're not that hard. But if anything throws off how you usually approach it, you're like, oh, great. I love when Bongo bodies me and Twin Rova randomly decides, no, you don't get to hit.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Alaszun had a very nice Phantom Ganon fight and is going into Shadow and is hunting Water Bosky.
Yep. I've already done about half this place. There's not too many checks left for, I don't know.
But yeah, we actually have a pretty good sense now of just how much progression Idunno has at his advantage over Alaszun, and it's about an entire shot.
Yep. An entire shadow and part of water, it seems here. I'm just pulling up the challenge now to see who they will be facing next. Let's see. Okay, so the winner of this will face the winner of Floosh versus Tanjo. The loser of this faces the loser of Floosh versus Tanjo.
Ooh, also a very exciting match. I'm just excited for all of these matches. It's gonna get real old listening to me say that. I'm sorry, chat, but I am. I'm very excited for this year's tournament.
And there are so many good matches coming up. This is the final match of the day the final race of the day. But we've got more races coming up tomorrow and throughout the week.
Yeah, we will probably get a good rundown at the end.
Yeah, tomorrow it looks like we'll have at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Alaszun versus Brax, double race. Slot for Rishima ZSR and at Ecola's channel, Ecola TV in French. We do still need volunteers if people are available for the English side. And at 6:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow between Words for Swords and Louis Ferns. That'll be at ZSR. And thank you, Mel, for posting the link in the chat.
Yeah, come join us. We're a fun crew. You can push some buttons. If you like to talk, you can talk. And if you're newer to the community, it's a great way to make some friends and learn more about the random. Or not make friends. You don't have to talk to us if you don't want to. But I promise we're fun. Buttons, yeah, the buttons. That's okay, Joss. It's not a requirement.
It is not, but it is nice to get to know people too. It's boring. It's a little boring if you only come to play, if understandable. No, Stevie, you don't have to. We have matches at all hours, at multiple hours of the day. There are quite a bunch of EU-friendly matches too, and of course on the weekends. So you don't have to volunteer for the late night ones. Hey, JC, welcome in. You missed most of the analysis, but we had a lot this seed because this seed's logic was special.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad once you resigned yourself to doing all of Stone Forest.
Yeah, but I honestly don't fault either of them for not doing it.
Absolutely not. I totally. Oh no. Stupid Moblin.
Oops.
Yeah, doing all of Stone Forest and wondering as you're on Phantom Ganon, have I done all of this for nothing? Bad feeling.
Oh yeah, because the courtyards were dead, the pose were all useless, and just like, oh no, like the Chad just grows. Like it was looking as useless as that spirit was for Alaszun levels of unhelpful. I quite like the dark blue accent, royal blue accent there, color for Alaszun. I think the ear tips or whatever those are match as well, which is nice because I think he had a different color going earlier.
Yeah, that's the Goron tunic color.
Which is pretty neat. The tips of the ears, horns, whatever those are, I'm afraid I don't know. Hollow Knight match the body.
Oh, excuse me. Alright, and into fire. How deep into fire must we go today? Is it? I think Hammer Chest was hinted dead, and so we're could climb all the way up to there. We were hammerlocked, so even if we'd come here, would not have been very exciting.
No. Yeah, we'll see the big chest before the boat for Alaszun because he's not in go mode yet, and
yeah. I mean, he's probably
concerned.
pieced together based on finding a bomb bag that he's finding hammer in water, but I don't think you gamble that just in case.
It could just be bomb bag and water. It could be just bomb bag and water, because strength 2's in the maze for that.
Yeah,
and then
that's
hammer
true.
someplace else.
Oof. Sparse keys. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true.
Alaszun did almost all of the bomb lock checks available to him.
Yeah, like we have between the two of them seen almost everything that's not letter locked by this point. Letter or storms locked was the stuff we haven't seen this seed, honestly.
Yep.
Still getting skills too, thinking about the hints we never got, and at 20, I think. Oh yeah, I'm also curious what that pig chest is just to know.
I don't know, desperately hoping that this is the boss key on the other side of the lava pit.
Yeah, does not want to have to climb here.
Oh. Unfortunate. Bounce off of the block and hit the piece. And it's a small key. We are climbing.
Yep. I think also because with custom models comes not just character models, but also some of the item models got changed too, like the sword, the Mire Shield, and I believe the strength upgrades also. If you notice the pink accessory around the left horn, I think, or whatever that is, I think that's a strength upgrade, is what that indicates. And so get a nice Poe model.
Nice, nice. Yep.
Yeah, between the two of them, we have almost full tracker percent other than a couple songs. And one stone.
Yeah,
Which
and we
is
won't be getting those songs.
nope.
The
It
only
does say
thing,
something about the seed that we've cleared so much, and that tracker percent usually is an indication of just how much has been done in the seed, and that's the case here. We've seen a lot.
yeah,
Like that Dins, I think, was a near logical last location for idunno. And it was in the same for Alaszun too. He just didn't have logic before it.
yep.
And they found a lot of stuff for it. Almost everything. That bomb egg was one of the last things in logic to see, Lil.
There's boss key. Not too bad.
There's Musk. Looking at the shade, I think the only required item that was actually bomb locked was that long shot. Because everything else in the game locked that bomb bag, basically. Either of those bomb bags. The glitchless jump in the fire elevator room, Dr. Gellin, it's been around a little while. Though a lot of people also just use ground jumps for it. Or are you talking about a different jump because it might be scatterbrain? Yeah, that's been around a little while, I think. This will sub 230, I think. Yeah, about a 220 volve, and then it's about 6 to 7 minutes to climb canyons, usually for top 64 runners.
Yeah. I believe you're correct here. No Gorons being freed today.
No, don't have the time for that.
Especially, like, we know Alaszun ran around doing a lot of extra stuff before going to Forest. idunno obviously does not know that. And, like you mentioned, Forest was pretty late as far as when it was in logic and when idunno went there. So, he could very well feel behind. You hear that a lot from runners, is that they always feel behind in a 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, the logic itself wasn't that bad. Bow strength hook were early, but how do you complete the place is a whole different issue with how much is open for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it turns out that neither of, like, you could have had all three going in, and, I don't know, maybe thinking that, and Allison perhaps too, maybe thinking that their opponent will clear the place first trip. Because you could have gotten both bow and strength first trip. Allison went in with a strength at no bow. I know bow but no strength, and neither could clear it first trip. And they might both be thinking the other did that. Or alternatively, just go back anytime other than that because it was available comparatively early. Nice bow on Lax.
Hey!
Live! That is so many different kinds of bow locked. It's
So good.
that is such a spot for that, Liv. Yeah, honestly, that's not getting strength 2, not even peeking the Gronsty maze might have saved I didn't know some time. I think he maybe skipped it knowing Bombback could have been fairly late, and because Alaszun chased that strength 2 with the choose he had, and unfortunately it sent him down a massive rabbit hole that I didn't know never touched. That is Shadow Down for Alaszun as Idunno enters Ganon's castle. This is Serenade.
Yep. Yep, Alaszun's gonna go through water. We'll be able to do it in one dip. I'm not sure what his usual clearing of water looks like, but he might make it into fire before idunno.duns.
You might. It's close. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, it's River Chest boss. He is usually going to be one last thing to do with the usual routing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was confused by Spirit because there was so much out of logic behind Spirit, because we knew that Strength 2 had to be behind at least. It had to be behind bombs in at least one of whatever creator path was locking his bombs, more or less, which would have been Dinzand or Hammer. Turns out both. But he also could have just been assuming that Hammer, that it was just bombs and water, then that he could have skipped it entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And because bombs and water would have had that logic, but that still doesn't help him find his iron boots.
Yeah. And we did talk about that it was a gamble that you could take.
Yeah, and perhaps you want to take a bit of risk knowing that it was a 1v1. Unfortunately, it just did not pay off. As it turns out, when your bomb bag is locked behind everything else in the game, baby, don't break your logic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mentioned when he was going into Spirit that about the only thing he really could have found in there was Longshot, and nope. Like, the only thing that could realistically had a decent chance of being in there with the paths we had would have been Longshot. Like, it might have been like a minute chance of something else, but very, very slim.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there's good mode for him with Hammer at 223 or so, as I didn't get to Dwarf. And the thing too is, like, we're sitting here at our desks, chilling out in the comms booth and in chat. We don't have to be we don't have to try and play the game, execute, and think about logic at the same time.
Yeah,
it's much harder to do so in the heat of things.
Yep.
Like, this was not the simplest of logic at all. Like, we spent much of this comms just debating it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, bombs being that deep are always going to be kind of... What's happening?
Yeah, because bombs
exactly
look so much in this game. It's rare to have them be that late.
Yep. Alright. I don't know. Finished the Ganondorf fight. We are now on to Ganon. Look at him. Terrifying.
Honestly, even now this logic eludes me. Understandable, Stevie. This logic was fairly spaghettied. Also, because let's see our paths. Also, Stefan go for a hookshot. Yawn. Okay, thanks. Fairly straightforward, nothing wacky. Wonder the King did not go for a hammer to get either your bomb bag from... to get your bomb bag from Hammer Rocks, or Strength 2 from the Gronsty Mace to get your bomb bag from the GTG Like Room. Strength 2 could have also been gotten from the bomb bag from Hammer Rocks. By the way, that's Hammerlocked. The SFM Path to Volvagia for a Pona song to get a magic meter to go get that hammer. which was behind Crater Captagoma for that Nocturne.
Yep.
Yeah, Alaszun, hi. Minor spoilers in the chat.
Welcome in, GG's.
We are on a 20-minute delay, as a reminder, so
Yep.
just like Alaszun is here.
We are on a 20-minute delay. There was an FPA at the beginning of this, but I'm not sure that this needs retiming.
Alaszun's got some amount of water in the good, and he's not even in Ganon, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Alright, get your GG's in chat as we watch Idunno finish, taking this round 1 victory.
GG's, 226.06. The power outage shot your mental and, yeah.
Yeah.
Alaszun, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit at the beginning. Not sure they'll be joining us for interviews, it looks like. Yay.
Yep, got them both in the waiting room there. Yeah, Alaszun had to power out 1 minute into the race, which, yeah.
Yep, it can be hard to kind of refocus after that, and you start getting worried. Okay, is it gonna go out again?
And it just throws off like your mental focus too, really.
Yep. Would you like me to pull them in here?
You can, yeah, I was about to go see about that. And we are now joined by both runners. GG's, guys.
GG's.
So, initial thoughts on the seed?
I don't think either of us liked it.
I would like to not have a mental energy shooting power outage a minute and 10 seconds into the seed.
Oh,
Yeah, that was not a good time.
And then I'd prepared for it because we have a really bad storm going on in the area right now, and I don't think I've lost power in the last like 2 years here, but this is like the worst storm we've had in literal years. And so I had I had race time ready on my phone, ready to I'd have an FPA there, and of course the power went out, and for some reason that knocked out my ability to connect to my mobile network too, and so I couldn't even do that. But it was a pressure chamber.
Yeah, it did not help that this seat was just a mess.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting seed. I think there was a lot of logic to read and play around.
Oh, absolutely.
I obviously went for the much more aggressive version of it, and it did not pay out.
No, so, I don't know, you never found strength too? Want to know where that went?
Oh, Alaszun told me when you were waiting.
We talked a little bit while we were waiting for the delay to catch up.
Yeah,
Gorn's anyways.
Right, so I was reversing from SFM. I was gonna, get the song in Crater, then drop down to check the trial stuff. And I guess at the time, I would never. I think Alaszun said he save scummed it, so he was prepared for that. But I was not in a situation to. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna waste 4 or 5 shoes here. I'm just gonna."
I ran out there right after I beat DC, basically, because
Yeah.
I had just gotten up to 20 chews between GTG and the 10 that I bought in Wasteland.
Oh yeah, Ellis.
Were the shoes in GTG?
Oh, one of the chests on the right side.
I opened a bunch of the chests, I think, but
it was the Hammerlock chest in GTG.
Oh, well, sucks for me.
Yeah.
It probably would have changed how I played a little bit, but actually a lot. But I was working with a 10-pack the whole time, and that was kind of stressful.
Yeah,
Definitely threw me off a lot.
Real rough.
Yeah, you had to bail out the shadow after your iron boots, basically, which did get your hammer at least, which then led to your bomb bag off hammer rocks, which is good because the other bomb bag was in the GTG like.
Because that other bomb bag was probably not getting found by him.
Thankfully, by that point, I would have had to farm money, but I guess I knew there was money in Crater, so it's like...
Oh, Matt, the other thing you didn't see as well, and we didn't actually talk about this, is in addition to the bomb bag in the Strength 2 room in GTG, there was also Rudo's letter.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Which
like,
put all dungeons in
wait.
play for me. Which made
Yeah.
the
we were
Twin River
like,
play a little
wait.
more
That would have been
palatable.
weird though, because when I played Serenade after beating Deku Tree, I thought about like if I have Letter right now, I would turn him in, because you have Serenade and you can, I don't know,
Do you have
go
a
to
scale?
domain.
I never found a scale.
Oh, I had a scale.
Your scale was on remote grotto, which is where that was one of the things that I know you use your choose on the Alaszun didn't was they field grottos.
Yeah. I wanted to save scum though, so then I found the scale and I was like, I guess I'll just keep this, whatever.
That's pretty cursed.
Yeah, that was rough. Oh man, because shoutouts to the paths in this scene, by the way.
Did you find the last one?
We never saw the water path.
I found 4. So
Okay, yeah, I found 4. I didn't have a water one either.
Yeah.
It was almost. There's a small chance it was for long shot, but it was probably redundant, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't super
Considering
worried
they were,
about
like-
it.
Not
It
so
was
much
like
that you can miss.
I
that
mean,
long
even
shot
if it was
anyway.
like Nocturne, or not Nocturne, but like Shadow is path to water or something, like it doesn't really help you because you have to do it anyways. I guess like it maybe in my case, if I never found the bomb bag, it's like okay, definitely rush money, but I probably would have done it anyways.
Yeah, because your paths were Lassos to Bongo for the hook shot, thanks, Water the KD for that, which ended up being that hammer in the end. We were so confused when we saw that.
Destroyed.
We were
I
like,
mean
what?
that hit destroyed me because I played my entire thing around that hit basically being a bomb bag. And
Yeah, you took the
Yeah.
gamble and went
And
out of
it-
logic to Spirit, which was.
I mean, because the
massive.
bomb bag puts me into logic at that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so at that point, I'm the iron boots down to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it being a gamble that you could take. I think it makes sense. It just didn't
Yeah.
pay out at the time.
I don't feel bad about the decision, or at least the process that led me to make the decision.
I can see that, yeah, because we did know that, at least from our perspective, I'm not sure if you worked it out from hints, that it had to be what was it? Irons couldn't be behind Strength 2, and neither could Nocturne or one of Din's or Hammer
Yes,
for that
that's
greater
correct.
path.
I-
But
yeah.
also at the same time, you could have found other stuff there. So
Yeah, and I was still 4 items from go mode, and it's not like I had any other plays that were like, oh, this is a really nice play, and so I decided to.
Your options did kind of all suck, honestly.
It was inefficient overworld. It was Forest Temple, and it was the Spirit Play, and
Yeah,
I was
pretty much.
already very suspicious of the fact that we had the ability to cross Wasteland, which made me more positively inclined towards that play.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Yeah,
we're
crossing
like,
Wasteland being in
yeah.
logic was rough.
Yeah, so early too. I was totally expecting something exciting to be out, and then we saw Nocturne in the crater. Oh, alright. Colossus is trash. Sounds good.
Yeah. Man, I mean that's a good thing for you. I don't know. I suppose that you never had the opportunity to even think about Spirit because you never found Strength 2.
Yeah,
Alaszun,
pretty lucky on my end.
You originally peaked at Grand City Maze when going through there the first time with just bow and hook and whatever. I think it was bow and strength for you, bow and strength, something like that. But neither of you actually. You peeked it, but didn't get the chest at the time and went back later for it.
I had no ability to get the chest the time that I peeked it.
Okay, yes,
I mean,
yeah, right. 'cause no
we
shields.
talked about Spirit. I definitely if I had Strength 2 when I crossed, knowing that I had already dipped DC and there was 2 checks left, and I already dipped Forest. I probably would have done Spirit, but I probably wouldn't have finished it. I probably would have done it up until Twin Rova and just left. I'm not sure. It would have been I mean, I'm not sure what I would have done, but I would have at least thought about it because I know.
I
Forest
definitely
is-
thought about leaving Twin Rova before Twin Rova. I'm just like, no, this check sucks. It's dead. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this was a tough C2 route because the early game, it's like you get stuff here and there, but it's like I can't do anything with this.
Well, it's like it's really stupid too because I don't think we had a skull mask hint, and I didn't like.
Oh.
I could have routed it, and I just didn't. And I was like,
tunic, by the way,
dude, like, sure, like a bomb bag could just. Well, I guess bomb bag couldn't be there, but like,
no.
you know, irons could just be there, and then the bomb bag's just available in forest, and suddenly, you know, all hell breaks loose. I guess irons couldn't be there. You guys figured out, but you know, at the time, I don't know. There were so many options for really, really bad things that, like, when I was in forest, I was pretty depressed. I was like, probably just Skull Vasco. It's probably just this or that.
I mean,
And
there are so many possibilities. We spent most of this race debating what is this logic.
Yeah, I got the fire arrows from Lake after crossing and getting serenaded, so I was like, oh great, it's just Haunted Wasteland.
I also almost didn't kill Twin Rova because it was fire locked and I didn't have the fire arrows.
Yeah, that would do it.
I was sort of thinking they're like, nah, this feels too bad to do. I'm like, no, if it's here, I'm never coming back, and I already feel like I'm in a pretty bad spot. Like I am a nervy person in general. And so having everything just kind of fall in my face right at the start of the seed, like, and I mean, you can tell, like, I was very, very shook for the first 90 minutes of this seed in terms of the way I played. And it manifested itself in a lot of physical errors and several mental errors as well.
Yeah, let's not talk about your DC.
Well, don't talk about it then.
Which is moving on there, but no, this wasn't one of those scenes where it just gets rough on you mentally with everything that was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I sort of, like, I had recovered my mental by the end of the seed pretty well, but
that's good.
When the hammer was in water, I'm like, I don't really see how I don't lose this. Because, like, the Din locked everything, and it was my out.
When I found the hammer in water, I guess I didn't know about you, like, doing spirit and all that, and the strength too, but, like, in my head, I was like, well, I pretty much, like, did almost everything. So if he ever decided to do forest before me, then I'm basically just screwed. It's literally just a matter of who decides to do forest first, because everything else just falls into place after that.
I was like, and I mean, the Gold Gauntlets and Spirit Temple also kind of cemented my logic read of, okay, we're looking for the bomb bag and water. Somehow behind Din's for the Nocturne that's locking Deku Tree. Not to mention the Epona locking Fire Temple, which is probably for the magic meter.
Yes.
The entire thing was I mean, it was like it was logically interesting. Like I didn't dislike. I would much rather a seed like this where I have things to think about and ruminate on as I'm playing in terms of, like, where do I cut corners, how aggressively do I stick to logic, and this is a seed that very much rewards you for sticking to logic rather than breaking across.
Oh jeez, yeah.
And I mean, I got justly punished for it, but it is the risk you take when you break logic in that way, especially when you take like and it's the KD path is such a restrictive path too, and so anytime you see it, it feels like KD paths just kind of warp the seed.
Yeah, because
it can only be bomb bag or locking all the bomb bags.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have very different definitions of what is fun.
It's interesting to think about. I don't find seeds that are just like, here is everything, just go, like, play the game. I do not personally find them particularly fun to play.
Yeah, this was definitely fun to watch, not to play. Especially as you're starting to find more and more items and we can piece together logic. But yeah, this could have been an AD for no reason.
I was going there. I was going there until the Din showed up.
Yeah, we were worried about it for a little while, but as we found more and more stuff and the paths turned up, you could just kind of hear our confusion on Ratio when you see that crater path to Goma.
So it was a weird path. It was a really weird
what?
path. I actually thought
I had to look at my mouse who they got in critters. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I was really, really worried that it was just going to be the bomb bag in the grotto in DMC and the hammer was going to be in water. Like, that's actually what I thought seemed more likely in terms of the way to kind of get you. And that I just missed
about the crater grotto, I'll be honest.
Well, I was like, is the song trash there? Because like, well, I got Kokiri sword, so how, like, is there like a hammering crater? But then it can't be because you need explosives for it. So like, I don't get it. It must be the song. Double checked it, but
it was a definite moment because once we figured out, it was like, oh, this water temple logic's even deeper than we thought. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's as deep as Lake Hylia.
Well, it made it kind of nice because I knew you would get an actual useful item in Shadow, but I mean, I guess you knew it. You'd probably find something there anyways, but it made it feel like I had less
found a lot more in
go.
Shadow than I wanted to.
Yeah. Well, made it feel like you were closer to go mode at the very least.
Yeah, at least you reach the end, you have all the items, you understand what the seed wanted, and then you can shake your fist and be like, fuck you. And then just be like, I'm not gonna finish.
Exactly.
At that point, I'm just like, I don't have any interest in just like playing with this seed.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely fair.
Nothing more to learn. There's just like, I know where the stuff is, I know what the logic was.
Yeah, I was wondering that when, Matt, when you picked up the long shot, like, oh, now you have to, like, go through the rest of 3 entire dungeons just looking for the boss.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's like, Skill mode's pretty long. I hope that fire's short. It's kind of in the
fire
middle.
was short, water was not so much.
No. Did it end up being River or did it end up being Dragon? I assume
Dark
River.
Link. No, River, yeah.
It was not Dark Link. I was in the middle of playing Song of Time when I looked at the race room, so...
yeah. It was
By the time I got Long Shot, I'd already done like 2/3 of water anyways. Because I kept going because I didn't have the boss key, and then when I don't know, at some point I was like, I just kind of want to set FW in here, so I'm just going to go back to GTGs, and I think this thing's probably the bomb bag in Valley, so I might just go get that.
Yeah.
Well, with that is my bedtime, so I'm gonna wrap up Restream. We definitely had a journey. Some had a rougher journey than our viewers. But if you enjoyed the Season 6 tournament, please give our runners a follow. This is not the end. This is only round 1. There will be more to come. So GG's, I don't know, on winning Alaszun, you have plenty more of these fun seeds to go through. Don't worry.
I hope not.
Yes, good luck to both of you in your next matches.
Yes, good luck.
Thanks everyone for volunteering. Thanks Matt for the race. GG's man, good luck.
GG's Alaszun.
Yeah,
good luck to you too.
I hope to see you later in the tournament because that means something hilarious happened, but...
That's one way to put it. Yeah, because you guys get the winner and loser of Flush and Kanjo as your next round matches, so good luck on it.
Sorry, Shiro. We derailed.
Thank you to our commentators and trackers, Star, Mel, Addy and Shadow, and Triforce Explorer. I could go through every single match, but there are a lot of them, so I'm just gonna link the schedule for the first CSR. There will be as many restreams as possible if you are interested in volunteering so that we can restream as many as possible. Please make sure to fill out the form, always looking for volunteers and help so we can continue bringing Rando to the greater community. Yeah, with that, Ecola was streaming, so I thought let's go share some love with another top 64 player. And yeah, any final thoughts, comments?
Watch more Rando.
I'm going to Hawaii on Friday. I don't give a shit about this anymore.
Let's go! Get sunscreen.
I got it already, don't worry.
Excellent, but thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Thanks. Have a good night.